Game over.
And what is up? Welcome back. It's Friday night. And you're here with the Average Boys podcast. That song is so cool. And I want to say thank you guys for tuning in. We love you guys. And I'm here with my co-host, Trigger. Trigger, what is up, my dude? Oh, wait. I can't hear you. Can't hear you. Oh, yeah. Hold on. Let me unmute you. Yes. Sorry about that. Go ahead, Trigger.
Bro, dude.
No, it's so crazy because sometimes the way this program works is I can't talk during the song.
Man, what are we, a brand new podcast?
Yeah,
Jeez.
dude, what is this? Are we not a million episodes
Well,
in?
your brother's
Jeez,
first
dude.
to comment, fucking.
Hey, what's up, Bobby? How you doing?
Yeah,
man?
dude. Crazy.
Bobby, my brother. So, hey,
nah, man. So, last week, I'm not sure if you guys said anything or if you guys made the audience aware. I was actually out of town. I was in San Antonio and Houston, starting my brand new job with MexCore. This week, I have actually been in town all week. I have been seeing my accounts. For any of you super duper lucky listeners out right now, I am a sales representative for MexCore. So I go to the HEBs, the gas stations, the liquor stores, and bars, and I sell them the MexCore products, of which I am actually drinking right now. I am drinking our Kentucky bourbon, Bull and Bear, and it is very comparable to Jack Daniels, and anyone who actually knows me knows that I love Jack. Granted, Jack is a Tennessee whiskey. This is a Kentucky, so this is closer to your Maker's Mark and stuff like that. And honestly, I put it in this super duper fancy decanter, and that's what I'm drinking right now. We've got loads and loads of products. If you guys actually happen to ever need a drink recommendation and or a bottle recommendation, please let me know. I have way too fucking many of them. I have like 80 bottles in my house right now. I kid you not.
Shout out to Rob Flo. Rob Flo is in the comments. Our boy Rob, how you doing, man? So far, so good, man. This week has been pretty solid. We had Memorial Day weekend off. Of course, we are in the month of June now?
June, yes.
Yeah, we're in June. We had the Spider-Man No Way Home meme blast off because it was the end of May.
Yeah.
May, which was solid. That was a great meme.
Man.
Great meme. We have a lot of things that came out this week. We had, of course, Stranger Things last week that came out. Super amazing show. We're going to be talking about it a little bit today. Trig still hasn't had the opportunity to see most of it, so I don't want to kill off the major spoiler and the major.
No,
reveal.
man, it's cool. I'm not one to be like. Don't get me wrong. Like, there's some things where I kind of wish I had seen and gotten that initial oh no sort of thing. The one yes, we will be talking about Boys season 3.
Yeah, the Boys season 3 we're going to be talking about also.
The one that I really wish I had caught, other than Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire, I want to say was Clea. I think I had someone spoil Clea for me in Doctor Strange.
Yeah, I mean, it was all right. I mean, that's
I did get the incursions. I heard that for the first time while I was in the theater. So when I heard incursions, I was like, oh,
that was a good thing.
Yeah,
that was pretty solid. And you know what? I'll vouch for it. There are some really cool storytelling reveals that Stranger Things 4 does. And I think that those are literally meant to not be spoiled. And that's the thing. The big reveal at the end, I think, is a really great. It's an excellent example of great storytelling.
Yes.
Excellent example of great.
I'm glad that you finally kind of came around. With that a little bit. I know that Chris is very continuity,
jaded,
continuity based, but Well, not just that, but like it takes you like a couple watches for certain movies to kind of like, you know what? It really wasn't that bad, you know. Like,
No,
yeah,
but
I'm
like
just being a
it's
little harsh
because
at first.
I think that Stranger Things itself is since it's an original show, they have so much more opportunity to mess with, and nobody can really be like, let me compare it to this too much.
The only thing that I don't like is there's too many big gaps in between. So like, I don't feel like rewatching the whole fucking series
Season, yeah.
just to catch up on the brand new season and everything like that. That's my
But,
only problem.
but you caught up
I
in the
mean,
last season, or have you?
oh yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I knew exactly what happened in season 3. You know, it was still very fresh.
Mhm.
You know, so
And
it
you know what?
wasn't one of those where I was like, what happened?
And you know what's super crazy? As a matter of fact, since you were out last week, you didn't get to hear, but Brian hasn't seen any of the seasons. Yeah, he hasn't seen any of them. So I was like,
What the
"Yo, have you
fuck,
seen?" And
Brian?
he's like, "Man, I don't watch that." And I was like, "Dude, look, Attack on Titan's vouch, dude. Like, it's one of those shows you literally just need to sit down and watch." And he was like, "All right, well, I'm gonna make a promise. I'm gonna sit down and watch all the seasons all together. I'm gonna
That
binge watch all
man,
of
that
them."
bitch better be watching it right now, dude.
And you know what? It's super crazy. Like, there are certain things that I tell people like you. I wish I was back in that position so I can re-experience those shows again.
Yeah, you know,
Like,
especially season 1
yeah.
for Stranger Things. I remember watching season 1, you know, and I was just like blown away at the concept, and I was just like, are they gonna get him back? Are they gonna find him? You know,
It's so
are
good.
they gonna get him back? And
Attack on Titans. No, it's not Bobby. Bobby's gonna be the troll in the comment
Attack on
section.
Titans is a great
The
movie.
movie, get out of here, dude. The
Yeah,
movie's so bad.
have you ever read about what happened in 1945?
No.
Pretty much Attack on Titan.
Attack on Titan, the movie. Did you ever get to watch Full Metal Alchemist, the film, the live action?
Yes.
Okay. I thought it wasn't
I've seen all of the live
all of the
action
live
anime
actions.
adaptations from Death Note to Bleach.
Yeah. And you know what? I wasn't that disappointed with Bleach.
I wasn't either. My only discrepancy, and you know, I really have to give it to you. Doom is still better.
Doom is not good, dude.
Dude, but I don't know why. I really enjoy Doom because it's so bad.
Fucking Carl Urban's in it, dude.
Yeah, dude, that's and The
That's
Rock.
it. That other guy's in it. The one that, yeah, The Rock.
Yeah,
That dude. The typecast dude. I was so disappointed with The Rock. There's so many stupid little things in it that I just hated so bad. But
his condition is incurable. What do you mean? We don't know that his condition is.
I'm not supposed
He's
to die
dead.
like this.
Yeah, dude,
I
that's the
hated
best
that
line
fucking
ever.
line so much, dude. I hated that line so bad. But yeah, the live action of Bleach wasn't all that terrible. It was actually pretty good. And the same thing, Full Metal, it's not too bad. But it does take a lot of the thing is the live actions take a lot of liberties. Because I guess the companies or like the higher ups or the executives
Bleach was
feel like,
very like because I love Bleach. I like to me I liked Bleach way more than I did Naruto. Well, not way more, but I did like it more than I did Naruto.
well, except for the
I'm
later seasons. I heard the later seasons were a little rough for Bleach.
no,
No? Okay.
no. Fillers, yes, 100%. But like the 1,000-Year Blood War arc.
I mean, the new trailer that just came
Solid,
out
bro.
recently about with the series coming back looks
Solid
really
as
good.
fuck, dude.
Yeah, it looks super good.
I'm so excited to have Johnny Young Bosch, you know, reprise his role.
Yep. But the live action series, it's not that bad. They weren't that bad.
No, the only thing that I really didn't like, it was actually very faithful to
adaptation.
you know, to the adaptation, both manga and anime. The only thing that I did not like was where they stopped.
Mm-hmm.
Because like the way that they stopped was just like, okay, like Ichigo's gonna give back his Rukia's spiritual energy and he's gonna forget about her, and like that doesn't happen at all.
That doesn't happen at all in the show.
Yeah. You know, like, you know, after she's taken, he's like, okay, well, I'm gonna go get her back.
Bobby puts the live action of Naruto's fight called Dreamer's Fight by Riven X is amazing. He's the guy that does the live action My Hero Academia fight, the one I send everybody. It's like an episode on YouTube. Yeah, it's that guy. He does an amazing job for adaptions of animations for fan films. So damn good. So damn good. But let's talk about what's been going on this week. Let's talk some nerd stuff. So I think the biggest thing that's been going on this week is, of course,
Dude, for the past month, man.
yeah, no kidding. But it finally came to an end, which thank God it's over because it was
Yeah.
already a circus online. Johnny Depp versus Amber Heard finally comes to an end. It looks
About
like
effing time.
yeah, it looks like Johnny Depp wins the defamation case, and Amber Heard looks like she has to pay out $15 quadrillion of the $7 million that she's actually worth in real life.
So she has to pay $15 million. The funny thing is that she actually really only has to pay $10,350,000. Now the reason being is because the 5 million is because it's two separate amounts. It's a 10 million payout and a 5 million payout. The 5 million happens to be for punitive damages. Now in the state of New York, punitive damages payouts only cap at 350,000. So that's all he's getting. Regardless of what fucking the verdict says. Like he's only getting that. But he is still entitled to the full 10 million that she is supposed to owe him. I don't at all expect her to pay that or see her paying that.
Yeah, I don't expect her to pay.
If she didn't fucking do it for a charity, she
yeah, what
damn
makes you
sure
think she's gonna give it away for Johnny Depp?
Yeah, for damn
That's
sure
wild,
isn't doing
man.
that.
So I mean, by chance, we all know that this chick doesn't have that kind of money. So what do you think is gonna end up happening?
Well, I mean, I don't know if he's like in it for the money or anything
I
like
don't
that.
think so either.
He can bring her to court again and be like, hey, like this bitch hasn't paid me. And like,
then what do they do? They end up trying to like taking that out of her assets or something, like out of her properties and things she owns by name and all that other stuff, right? I really don't see him being that petty. I hope he's not that petty.
Well, I mean,
you know what I mean?
I mean, to be completely fair, it's not like he's exactly a saint in this either. But I mean, okay, yeah, but the petitions mean absolutely nothing. Like the petitions have as much hold over Hollywood as me going
to see Bruce Campbell replace Amber Heard though. That would be funny.
But that means nothing. Like
Richard
those
Petty.
petitions mean absolutely nothing.
What's up, Maris? Richard Petty.
Yeah,
Indeed,
dude, my boss,
man.
Myers G.
Bro, she's broke. She's worth 8 million. So that's what I heard, dude. Online on her net grossing, she's like worth $8 million or 7 million. So like the amount of money she got sued for is like the amount of money she's not even worth, like financially. Well, I mean, I'm not saying she's not worth that because human life is priceless, but her financial earnings, I guess. But I do know that the assets thing is probably going to be the next step. But I really don't see him wanting to be like, well, I'm going to take her house and leave her like out in the open or whatever. I just think he just wants to know that he won, and he's just going to like turn his back on everything and just leave it as is. I don't think he really cares about the cash. I really don't.
I mean, I would hope not. The motherfucker owns an island. That's not a made up statement. He owns an island.
He's a real pirate.
Yes,
kinda, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. He owns property in the middle of the ocean.
That's badass.
Yeah,
I wish I could do that.
Yeah. Believe it or not, the only reason I know that is because I love the Fire Festival documentaries on Hulu and Netflix, and they talk about that. They're like, yeah, man, like it's a fucking process to buy an island. Johnny Depp has an island, and they see him like they have like a shot of B-roll of like him on his island doing pirate things or whatever.
Doing pirate things.
Yeah, but yeah, he's got a fucking island.
That's fucking funny, dude. Well, that's crazy, but yeah, it finally came to an end. Finally, because it's been a circus, man.
Like the one thing that I what's good, Brian?
Brian D.
Yeah, man. Hey, fucking glad you could at least pop in, brother.
Yeah.
The one thing that I think a lot of people should take from this, and I know that a lot of people who have been following this, especially on the male side, have been Jesus, his net worth is 150.
Yeah, that's why I kind of feel like Johnny Depp's really not going to be about, let me take everything this chick's worth.
Right.
Like,
but I know that a
to
lot of people are like, hey man, like I hope this shines a very, very big light on the fact that like male abuse is like a real thing.
A real thing.
And like we get it, women are abused and mistreated in such ugly ways all the time, and it's obviously it's not right, but like it does happen to men as well, and um it happened to two celebrities. Granted, this trial cost millions upon millions of dollars.
Yep.
You know, so like, what was it really? You know, so there are some memes where it's like, ah, Johnny Depp, the first male in history to really win an argument against his girlfriend. You know,
I saw that meme
like,
yesterday, and I was like, "Chingao, dude."
yeah.
That's
So,
so
I mean,
bad.
you know, but like, good on him and everything like that. You know, great win for his legal team and everything like that. I'm sure, you know, he has them on retainer anyway. Like, but whatever.
Do we? This goes out to everybody in the comments too. Do you guys think there's fireworks between him and Camilla? What's the lawyer's
Oh,
name?
the lawyer.
The lawyer?
Oh,
I don't know, man. He got kind of like, I don't know. He looked like he got kind of fresh with her a couple times. I mean,
dude, if she's not smashing Donnie Depp, dude, fucking idiot.
he there's a video that someone posted. You see, everyone's like, yeah, Bobby, of course, like, no. I totally think that he's gonna date her. Brian thinks he's all up in there, dude, already. But I don't know. I think it'd be kind of cool, man. She went out there and fought for him and did her thing. And there's this
Won.
really cute video I saw it online where he's like, he gives her a hug and he's singing her this really like chimey tune that's like the prettiest girl I've ever seen or whatever. Have you seen that video?
No,
It's kind of it's corny cute, man.
it's
I'll
about
give
to
it up.
say. I was about to say. I don't need to see it. It's fine.
But she's a fucking G though, man.
Oh yeah, no, dude,
Yeah,
she's
a
shut
fucking
down.
gangster, dude.
Dude, shut down Amber Heard, bro. It was hilarious.
Yeah, that was a pretty wild. The other one was that dude, the one that's the other I don't know his name, but he's the other lawyer guy and he's constantly like flipping her off. And he's constantly
Oh,
like
yeah.
fucking, yeah, dude, those guys it was, man, I'm telling you, this court thing has been such a fucking circus. Just such a fucking circus. I'm casually happy it's over, but I'm sad that it has to go because the jokes and the memes are so good. I think what's your favorite meme that's come out of this so far?
The it was on TikTok, dude, and I'm trying to like my dog hit like my dog pooped the bed and like everyone started like making like yeah, my dog stepped on a bee. Yeah, my mom. My dog stepped on a bee. Then like everyone started TikToking it, dude. It was hilarious.
So my favorite meme so far has been
Won't happen.
Mega
Will
Pint.
not happen.
Mine's the Mega Pint, dude.
100% will not happen.
You don't think so? Johnny
Nope.
Depp? Oh, I mean, because Disney, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, because
Won't do
Disney's
it.
the one that kind of like, I would figure that it would be more of the Pirates of Caribbean rather than like, because Johnny Depp, he's been not approached, but he's been mentioned by Robert Downey Jr. that Robert Downey Jr. is trying to bring him into the Sherlock's Holmes universe.
I don't know if that's a Disney property. If it is,
No.
heck, you know, like that would be great. I think he would make a excellent, you know, like other bad guy outside of Moriarty.
Yeah. Oh, dude, definitely. But you know what? I really, really think that if one of the OGs of Hollywood, like back during the like back during like the Lost Boys era, or like the Tim Burton film era, or the '80s films, the time that you know Johnny Depp and Robert Downey Jr. those guys were making films when they were younger. If someone came out during that time and told Johnny like, "Hey, man, I really want to bring you this," like you know, trust me. I think he would kind of casually come into like the MCU.
Yeah, but you know, he was.
I think he's
you know,
more.
he
but the
was
thing
given
is, I
the
think he's more
ugliest shit
adamant
end,
about
you know, of the deal of you know
the Pirates, though.
you know, yeah, and Pirates, and that's a Disney property,
It's a
and
Disney
unfortunately,
property.
Disney owns the Marvel.
Yeah.
And as you know, and for verbatim, if Disney approached you to make another Pirates movie, Disney, granted Disney Pirates, but keyword Disney.
Okay. See, I thought he was more against the people that like the film, like the director and the producer and all of those guys of the Pirates.
I don't know. I mean,
series.
like you know, honest to God, I should probably you know like never say never, right? But I mean, heck, anything could happen. But at the same time, like we do know that he does not have a good relationship with Disney.
I think Amber and Ezra need to make a film together now. Well, they sort of did with the Justice League. Fuck it, they need to do like a high school graduate film school or class and just do the Snyderverse, like just guerrilla filming, dude. That's what they need to do. Like the future variation. Fuck it. Bring him to the valley and let him film the entire thing down here, dude.
Why the valley sucks, dude.
Yeah, but he'll get everything way cheaper down here.
Doesn't
Directing
make
wise
it
and film
better.
wise. Yeah, it's not gonna make it any better, but yeah, I think it's super crazy. It would be really cool to see Johnny Depp come out. Who? It's a good question. I know Vince, my boy Vince Weaver, up in the comment section would probably say the Scarlet Shitter Bobby, dude. Fuck out of here. That's so great. Who do you think he would portray as a good superhero or supervillain in the Marvel universe and the DC universe? Like, who do you think his characters could be?
Oh, dude, you know what? I can
It's
actually
hard though, right?
I could actually see him as fuck, what's Morlock?
Morlock, okay.
The totem hunter,
Yeah. Morlun.
The Morlun.
Yeah, Morlun.
Yeah, Morlun.
Yeah, I could see that. There's a really weird part of me that could see him as Owen Reese. Like if he acted more like the crazy variation of him. Like if you look at Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Actually I would not mind seeing him as Mephisto.
That's everybody says that though.
Yeah,
him
like
and
really
Keanu Reeves, it's always Mephisto for Keanu Reeves too.
Yeah.
Because he's just like, I guess he's kind of aged into not being a younger superhero. So you're like, I mean,
Nightmare?
Ghost Rider would be cool for Keanu, but he is in the later things. But I like to see Keanu as the one above all, the one that came out in the Spider-Man series.
Okay, yeah.
That would be really cool to see Keanu Reeves come out as God, like just straight up.
Oh man, I wouldn't want to see him as Norman because that's a commitment, dude. And nah, that downtown McAllen would be lit with Ezra.
Be lit with Ezra. Oh no, dude, Ezra light the whole damn town on fire, dude. that would be the nuttiest thing,
bro. He would punch people in the face, and they would be like, "Fucking Ezra, punch me!"
Yeah, fuck yeah, dude. I don't know, man. It's so weird because those two actors, it's so hard to figure out who would be good because they play such wild roles. Like Keanu Reeves always plays either like a really funny dude role or like straight up like a G, like a Punisher role. But like very clean G.
I mean, that's not always the case. Like he has like a couple of rom-com chick flick movies that are really good.
The comedy one. The Asian one.
Well, no, I mean, there's the Lake House. There's the Scent of Chocolate. There's fuck, dude. I'm trying to remember. It's a relatively recent movie.
Funny
and he did it, and he's like he's like a black market diamond seller.
Really?
Yeah, and like the guy's a fucking like a nobody, but you just find out that he could shoot somewhat well. So like you see him kind of John Wick a couple of things. But
yeah, I was gonna say it's always got to kind of portray back to that image.
Siberia, that's what it is. Thank you, Bobby.
Siberia. Bobby knows his. Bobby's really good at films, dude. But yeah, I really just off the top of my head, like there's not really a lot of actors I can portray him. I think someone said a while back they would like to see Keanu Reeves as Dr. Doom. Yeah, I wouldn't see it as Dr. Doom either.
Nah. Oh, who I actually could see as Dr. Doom if he hadn't already played the character that he is Michael Fassbender as Dr. Doom.
Michael Fassbender, dude, that would be wild.
Right?
Yeah, that would be really good. That would be wild. Brian might jump in right now. He just got finished with his stuff, so we'll be able to get our boy Brian in the studio, in the show, on the seat. That'd be so good too. But yeah, man. Keanu Reeves. Anybody out in the comments? Give me some characters that aren't even allowed yet in the MCU, like just off the whim. I know there's a lot of like Ghost Rider talk, and I think Nightmare, of course, was one of them. Mephisto's kind of been up in the air already, but like think of someone from like the X-Men, or think of something like you know what? Keanu Reeves is Trask, dude. Like the villain of the X-Men.
Not as Trask as Fuck, what was Kevin Bacon's character? Sebastian.
Oh, Sebastian Shaw.
Yeah.
So yeah, that would be pretty. Man, dude, I love his character, dude. The Brotherhood of Mutants, or what are they called?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, the Brotherhood of Mutants are so rad. Mr. Sinister.
Sinister. That'd
That's
be a
what
good one.
That is what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
dude.
dude.
That's what I'm talking about. Who
Dude,
else?
but
Who else?
and the reason that I say Sebastian Shaw is because there's one, like, my favorite Sebastian Shaw movement is they give him a book of a Bible to read, and like
Mhm.
that's the last thing that he can read, and he just fucking decks himself
Oh yeah,
over and
to
over and
charge up
over
the
again to
energy in
build
his
to
body.
build up the kinetic
Yeah.
energy, and breaks out. And they're like, he just for hours just whap, whap, whap.
I think what's crazy is, like, of course, when you look at like I said, like Keanu Reeves. Well, I mean, okay, Johnny Depp as an actor kind of casually gets typecasted a lot.
But I can see Johnny Depp as Mr. Sinister more than I
can see that.
can. More than I can Keanu.
Mhm. But you know what? Both of those guys have come out in these really crazy, like, Transcendence. Do you remember the
Oh.
movie with Johnny Depp?
Oh, I love that movie.
That's
a beautiful movie.
Play because okay, so that was a Johnny Depp film, Transcendence, right?
Yeah.
So Keanu Reeves had made this film. I don't know what it is off the top of my head. Someone will probably get it in the comment section. Where he AIs his whole family because they all die in a car accident. Replicas, dude. That movie was pretty solid too.
I
That
have
was a
yet to
pretty
see that
damn solid-
movie. I've yet to see that movie, and I heard that it's really, really good. The one that I actually want to see is the one with him and Ana de Armas.
Which one's that one?
It's like it's set in the like
Black
premise
Bolt.
that like Keanu Reeves is this like kind of out of town business guy, and his family is out of town or something like that. And these two girls just like come to his house like looking for like shelter or something like that.
I do remember
And
that.
like
They screw him over,
like they
right?
fuck him, right? They
Yeah.
fuck him, and like they videotape it, and
Mhm.
they hold him for
They
blackmail.
yeah,
and
they
shit.
blackmail him or something like
Yeah.
that. Oh, that's a really interesting film. You know what? As a matter of fact, what would Knock Knock? Good job, Bob.
Yes.
Knock Knock.
Yeah.
Bobby put The Secret Window with Johnny Depp. That's a really good film too. But what about Keanu Reeves as the Man in the Moon Nick Fury for Original Sin? Like the father of Samuel Jackson Nick Fury. Triggs, what do you think? Come on, Triggs.
Oh man, Man on the Moon, right?
Mhm.
Like, or the Man on the Wall.
Yeah. Do you remember? Okay, so
I remember
that
Original
they
Sin like
do
the back of my
have
fucking hand, dude. I
the-
love that. I love it.
I think he would play a really cool Nick Fury. Like an old school white Nick Fury, the white Nick Fury. Unless you want to
dude,
bring back what's his face.
so I can agree with you because like one Nick Fury, like as he was portrayed in that particular story,
Mm-hmm.
like he was probably like in his late 40s or something, right? He's kind of aged, kind of gruffed
Mhm.
out a little bit. Let's even throw like early 50s,
Mhm.
right? Kind of gruffed out. He looks that he's actually like 90, but still,
Got that secret serum.
yeah, he's got that secret serum in it. But like the cool thing is that like even though he is that old, dude, he fucks up these young kids.
Oh, dude, yeah, he's killing
dude,
it,
like
man.
he's like, bro, I've got powers, like come get it. And he's like,
He's
all
got the
right.
spacesuit and all that
Whap.
stuff. What, as a matter of fact, if I'm not mistaken, the suit that he has is a Stark Industry suit. It's like a mech. It's almost like the War Machine suit. Remember, he's wearing like a space outfit on the
Oh
moon.
yeah.
Yeah, so he's coming too. And his weapons are all diced out, dude. Just they're intergalactic killing machines.
Dude,
They're
that
made to
fucking
kill
sniper
cosmic
rifle that he
entities.
has.
Yeah, they're made to kill
Yeah.
cosmic entities.
Yeah.
If I'm not, wasn't there one part in the story? And I mean, fuck, you're probably gonna have to correct me, but he shoots a bullet through time. Did he kill someone through time or some shit like that with the gun?
No, I know that happened to Orion.
Yeah, I was gonna say I remember someone shooting a bullet through time, but I know that there's something with like Nick Fury's rifle in that story has like a particular like maybe covering or something that can kill cosmic entities.
I wouldn't say cosmic entities, but like it can puncture damn near anything.
Yeah,
Like
that's-
and I mean like almost anything, because there are times where they're like, yeah, if I remember correctly, in Original Sin, he was like, you have no idea how many times we've been on the fucking verge of invasion by the Kree, by the Skrull, by the Shi'ar,
Good call.
and I just What? Go away.
Yep. The man
Okay.
on the wall.
That's
The
it.
man on the wall.
Yep.
That's so cool.
And-
That's such a great story too, man.
Oh, dude. Iconic.
Bobby says, what about Legion?
No. Too
No?
old. Too
Johnny
old.
Depp? You don't think so?
Too old.
Yeah. What about
I see Legion as somebody probably closer to my age. And just, a little bit more cracked out.
man, I'm trying to think. I mean, because the only people that we really haven't touched base on in the Marvel universe, I guess characters wise, would probably be the mutants. So like really he would kind of probably portray to be like a mutant character.
That's why I'm saying Sebastian Shaw,
We got
dude.
Brian. Brian's in the chat. Here we go. What's up? Boom. Our boy
Yo.
Brian. What is up, my dude?
Yo. Can you guys hear
Welcome
me?
back. Welcome back.
Hell yeah, man.
Yeah. What's going on?
Nada. So right now, I think you heard about it in the chat. Right now, we're talking about who we would think Johnny Depp / or Keanu Reeves would play in the Marvel and or DC universe. It's a good question. I think it's pretty solid.
It's a very great question. I did see in the chat that some people did say Mephisto, and I think that's a great casting right there.
I almost say that
Keanu
it's too
or-
easy, but yes, amazing casting. You can't go wrong with it, right?
For
Keanu
Johnny
or
for Johnny Depp.
for
Well, I
Johnny
think-
Depp? Oh, wow.
Johnny
Yeah.
Depp. Yeah.
I can see that.
Absolutely.
I can see that.
Yeah.
What about? Okay, so I said a really cool character that I think would be pretty
one
cool for
second.
Johnny Depp would be probably Owen Reese because he's a reality warper. But what about that dude that's a mutant?
He is a mutant.
No. The other dude that can warp realities like real fucked up. The
Mad Jim
old man.
Jaspers?
Yeah, Mad Jim Jaspers, dude.
Yeah,
I
Mad
think
Jim
Keanu
Jaspers.
Reeves could probably pull off from that.
Dude, and you know what's so
Johnny
funny? In X of Swords,
Yeah.
Mad Jim Jaspers is confirmed to be in 616.
Oh yeah, most def, dude. Yeah, because he's part of that chicks thing, right?
Yeah, he's part of that weird council that Saturnine has.
Okay. Yeah, I could see Johnny Depp being an Iron Man variant, but I you know what? I do purposely think that we are done with the variants thing in the Marvel universe right now for a good minute. I think they're gonna bring it back to being a little bit more street savvy with the characters, kind
I
of getting
think
more
what-
into like the
I don't-
Captain Americas and all that stuff.
I don't think we're going to hear about variants until we get to
Secret Wars.
not Secret Wars
Or Loki?
actually. I'm going to cuz we don't know when Loki's coming, but I say Ant-Man.
Well, it's coming after Ant-Man. Yeah,
Is
they were
it?
talking about it yesterday. Yeah, they're talking about it yesterday.
I don't think we're going to get it till Loki again. And then after that, then they're going to bring it back heavy in Ant-Man. And then that's when, honestly, dude, I'm calling it right now. Ant-Man is going to be like the pivotal movie for Phase 4.
They need it. This phase does need something right now that's going to push it in the right direction. But Brian, you just got back on the show. How was your week? Are you doing good?
No, man, I don't want to take up too much time with me. Yeah, my week has been long. Needless to say, like I didn't even expect to be on tonight. I had to basically cut short what I had going on just to be here. So I thought that
Hey man,
I'd
well,
jump
thank
with
you
you
very
guys.
much
Oh, I
for
appreciate
making
you,
time
brother.
for us,
Thank
brother.
you so much.
you know, I have a very busy schedule, so to fit you guys in, that's
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
I,
yeah,
you know,
kinda
Julio,
tease us
pencil
in.
us
you know what I'm saying? I mean,
Hey man,
No,
well,
but I'm glad to
I
be
started,
here.
dude. I started my big boy job this week, so I mean, I feel you,
Yeah.
dog.
yeah. Well, how was it going? Is it
Dude,
everything you hoped
okay,
it would be?
so yeah, so a little bit, on like what I had kind of touched on. So last week, obviously, I wasn't, on the show because I was in San Antonio and then I was in Houston. I was doing some training with Myers, my friend, and also my boss. Now I work for Mexico, so I have some stuff out there doing some training. Seeing accounts out there. But this week I've been here. I've been in town. He actually came down and he's introducing me to a lot of my accounts that he already has relationships with and in my particular territory. And so now I'm seeing HEBs, I'm seeing bars, I'm seeing restaurants, I'm seeing grocery stores, I'm seeing gas stations and liquor stores, and I'm selling so much product right now. It's ridiculous.
stuff,
I'm actually
good stuff.
drinking some of our product right now.
That is the one
Cool.
thing I do miss about like Texas living or just anywhere not in New Jersey or New York is that you can just go to a gas station and get fucking liquor. That is the best thing. You guys,
yeah.
you guys have no idea how good you have it.
Hey
That
man,
sounds great.
well, I just want to let you know, dog. Henny is going to be in a shortage very soon.
I think everything's gonna be in a shortage soon. What's that? Yo, what is it about like Texas and like Sundays? You guys don't serve alcohol. Like, what's up with that, bro?
Is for TBC.
What is that, man? Like you guys got
TBC or Texas Alcoholic Beverage Commission. They are the ones who control our distribution, sale, acquisition, and licensing of and permit giving of like restaurants and establishments, how we can serve and sell alcohol. So I'm not at all going to get into it. It's very, very long. I can go on about it. This is.
I didn't know it was like a.
Yeah, it sounds like
I was just like, I didn't.
No. Like I can go on and on, but like all of it as for TBC.
Well, that's listen. That shit is bogus. It needs to be eradicated.
Honest to God, like I kind of hate the fact that I have to be TBC certified to bartend. I've been taking the TBC certification every 2 years since I was 18.
Yeeks.
I know that test backwards and fucking forwards. It's ridiculous.
I still buy liquor on Sundays because I don't give a fuck.
Fucking Ezra.
And I actually don't buy liquor. I buy
the Ezra. You guys got
I got the Ezra action on Sundays, dude.
Fucking Chris is the Ezra Miller of the Valley and shit. Just does whatever the fuck he wants.
I don't even drink. I just buy liquor, dude.
Okay, so Myers actually put what it was. Originally, the board was very church group, so Sunday for God, very old mentality.
But they still drink that wine.
I was gonna say, man. Right,
hey, man, but wine is under 15% alcohol, so it's good. It's good to go. You can buy anything.
Jesus' blood is wine. This dude's gotta be lit.
Yeah.
This dude's lit all the time, man, for his blood to be wine. Oh, okay. So, Brian.
Sir.
So what are your terms or what are your reactions to the Johnny Depp Amber Heard case that just came to an end?
Dude, you know what? I am just so glad it's over. This has been like
the same thing.
Yo, this has literally been the biggest shit show I've ever seen on national television ever. From the lawyers to Johnny and Amber to the witnesses, it's just been a nonstop 3-week shit show. I'm glad we were alive.
It honest to God felt longer, Brian. I thought it had been going on for a month plus.
It might have been because like when it first started, it was so exciting.
Yeah,
and then by like the third week, I was like, dude, this shit's still
I'm not fucking with you. Audrey talks about it every day. We actually got into like not just that, but there, there's also what happened last week with Uvalde and everything like that. So like, dude, her and I actually got into like a bit of an argument about like gun rights and everything like that. And so like, yeah, I was just like, look, like you and I, we're gonna have very differing views. I'm telling you, like, don't do this. But yeah, man. So like, she's like, get rid of guns, and I'm like, don't do that. Like, please don't do that. Like, I'm telling you, objection. Hearsay. Yeah.
Did you guys hear that? I think last night or the night before there was like another shooting at a hospital.
Yeah, man.
There were two.
Yeah, like 4 dead or something like that.
There were 2 shootings actually yesterday. There were 2 shootings at 2 separate hospitals.
Goddamn.
Yesterday. Yeah, shit's crazy out here, bro. So I think, you know what? Just, I mean, for nothing, if nothing else came from out of this Johnny Depp Amber Heard shit, it's like more of like a release. Like shit's going on in the world. Like there's been inflation, there's been mass shootings every fucking time you turn around. This was like a little bit of like some
disconnect.
So it was funny. I mean, I am just glad that it's over though. Like it ran its course.
Most def. Okay, so we got Brian on the show, so thank God we got him back in. Thank you, Brian, for making some time for us and getting us in. I hope everything's good with you and your family, and everything's good in the Jersey side.
Everything's good.
I must ask, Brian, are you excited? We have the Jersey hero Kamala Khan's Miss Marvel show coming up. Are you excited?
Let's say I'm not more excited than I've ever was. I'm not really anticipating. I'm not really anticipating the show. But I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong, and they blow it out the water, and this is a home run for them because I do think that there is a niche audience that likes Kamala Khan. So I hope they get what they want.
It's true, man. Kamala Khan has like and I hate to say it, Chris, but she has a bigger following than America Chavez does.
Almost I'm not gonna that's not a lie. That is definitely not a fucking lie.
Yeah, no, and well, like Kamala Khan, she's got a good following, and obviously we kind of like, at least me, I knew that this was going to be happening anyway because she was put into a fucking video game.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Like she was center stage into a video game, and then I want to say not even a year later, they're like Miss Marvel TV show coming, and I was like, coming.
But we could see where the strategy is for Marvel with the dislike for Captain America Chavez in the last like what decade that she's been in comics, it's probably been since the movie came out that she's probably been the most searched Marvel character in the last like 3 or 4 months.
And good for them, honestly. Yeah. Like, you know, good for them. You know, that's something that, you know, I'm glad that they're
figuring things out.
Well, not just figuring things out, but now they're kind of going outside the box or thinking outside the box. Like, hey, like if we give Homie a movie, we'll probably pick our sales back up and people might start giving a shit about it. And if they read old issues, they'll start looking at older comics. And if they look at older comics, they'll start reading into bigger stories and how those bigger stories dealt with their favorite character, so-and-so. You know, it's, I mean, all of these strategies are very multi-tiered, right? They're very multi-generational, like very like, I'm not thinking about the short term. I'm thinking about 5-10 years from now.
Definitely.
You know, how am I going to keep these people entertained or intrigued for as long as I need them for?
Definitely. And it's super crazy because like we said earlier, like before the Doctor Strange 2 hype, America Chavez really wasn't a sought-on character. It was only like, you know, there was a like you said, Brian, like a niche of people that were really interested in America Chavez. And now we have this the TV show coming out for Kamala Khan. There's been a couple of mixed reviews on people that have been able to see the first 2 episodes, which is what they showed at the
CinemaCon.
Yeah, CinemaCon or something like that.
Yep.
It's been diverse, and a lot of people are saying that, you know what, I mean, for me, it's always a red flag when a person that critiques films or talks about reviews says, well, it's not for everybody. Because of course, like, you know, people,
is that when you're like your spider senses start tingling and shit when you do that?
Like when someone says that, I literally know, because you can tell that person watching it probably didn't like it, but they don't want to ruin the opportunities that they have with Marvel.
Yeah.
See, but I say that without having that mentality though. And like there have been times where I'm like, you know what, dude, this isn't going to be for everybody. I know it's not, because I enjoy the shit out of this, but I enjoy the shit out of this probably for the wrong reasons, you know.
But isn't that okay? That should be okay. Like,
no, it should. Like, is, you know, if anything, it should be celebrated. You know.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't at all think that people should be vilified for liking Kamala Khan or America Chavez.
Bobby's on to something.
Yeah, Bobby knows. Right? He knows. He's my brother.
Bobby's on
to
something.
Shit.
Yeah, Bobby Ponce. Bobby Ponce.
Bobby P once.
Yeah. But
yeah, he knows.
You know, like I said, you know, you shouldn't be fucking vilified over this. You know, it's not something that like is conducive to you know, the overall fandom of like Marvel.
Mm-hmm.
Have you given any more thought about what it's saying that those 2 Disney Plus shows are going to be overlapping each other? Like, have you given any more thought about that, or you just
for Obi-Wan and Kamala Khan?
For Obi-Wan and for Obi-Wan and Miss Marvel.
Well, I mean, dude, fuck. I mean, this last episode of Obi-Wan, without getting into like discussing it,
yeah,
they brought the heat, dude. They brought the heat fucking fast.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah,
that's
like,
so honestly, and like, you know what, dude, I'm kind of glad that they did, because like, I mean, you know, I ate my words. You know, like if I remember correctly, I wanted to say like, dude, we're probably gonna get like a fucking Vader cameo, like, you know, maybe this day or maybe this particular episode, and then like we're only gonna get maybe this throughout the show. You know, I thought he was gonna be very Cloak and Dagger, dude. They
just threw it at you.
Compared
to the pacing of the Boba Fett series, this one's moving like light speed. This one's
and you know what's weird? I haven't heard Chris bitch about it yet. That alone.
I do have like I have like 1 or 2 things, but it's not really all that bad.
I'm pretty sure once we get around to the topic, he'll
no, dude, he doesn't have gripes, he has nitpicks.
Yeah, nitpicks.
That's what they are. They're nitpicks. But I'll take a nitpick over a fucking complaint any day.
Oh yeah.
But let me ask you a question. If you were working on the Miss Marvel show, would you feel a certain way that Obi-Wan is on the same night as this project that you worked so hard for?
Definitely, dude.
Like, you already know the fandom for Star Wars is like rabid, and it's massive. So it's like, it's going to take eyes away from your product. Like, they're not going to step in my clothes.
See, but me, like, I don't know. Maybe I'm just looking at this very optimistically.
Okay.
I'm looking at this in the eyes of Disney. where like, okay, if I can keep people on my app longer, how can I do that? Introduce 2 brand new projects at the same time that
Really
keeps
good
them
point.
in that app longer watching.
I think that's a really good point because a lot of the times when a series comes out like this, we get on the app just to see that and then we bounce
And
right
yeah,
off.
we're done. That's
Okay.
it.
Okay. Well, how about you look at it from this perspective?
Yeah.
So, just like any show that comes out on Disney Plus, there's going to be like thousands of YouTubers that are going to be giving their reactions and giving their reviews. But now that you have 2 shows to do, they're going to have to pick and choose, or they're going to have delayed. So the eyes being brought to your product, the eyes being brought to Miss Marvel could suffer because now people are picking and choosing which reactions go out first or whatever. Like, do you think that takes away from it, or?
No, because at the same time, as per content creators, some of them do dailies. Sometimes some of them do. You're not necessarily taking the focus away or delaying it. All you're doing is just sticking to or you're just still adhering to a particular schedule.
Okay.
Like if I was I am a content creator, right? But like if I was somebody who was a lot more consistent with the platform, I would stick with my Obi-Wan first, and then I would have my Miss Marvel talk later. Like if I did like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I would do Obi first, then Miss Marvel. Reason being is because, well, one, I've been seeing 3 episodes of
And
Obi-Wan
that's what I mean. And that's what I mean.
I saw my first episode.
I know that if I had a choice of which content to put out first, which one was going to take priority to me, it's going to be Obi-Wan. It's not going to be Miss Marvel. So now it's going to take a backseat to that. I think, I don't know. I would be mad. I'm be honest.
Well, not only that, if you think about the way this week alone, you have, of course, Stranger Things from last week.
Oh, yeah,
which is
packed.
9 episodes.
Yeah,
you have the boys that just released the entire
yeah.
season. You have Obi-Wan 3 episodes. You have
the boys only released 3 episodes.
Oh, there's only 3 episodes for the boys?
Yep.
Oh, dude, even better, man. Because can you imagine? Like, imagine if 1 episode a week drops, that gives you the opportunity to give your reaction.
Dude,
and then your
watch.
Easter egg.
Deadass, I'll guarantee you in a month they're gonna release some Invincible shit.
Oh yeah. Everything's like it's
Yo, I tell you what, listen, whenever they drop a new season of Invincibles, anything that's out there, it needs to clear the fuck out. Just clear out the way.
Done.
Just clear out the way.
Good.
They're gonna take
way
over.
Too good.
They're gonna take over.
Brian,
dude,
have you had the opportunity?
Brian, you should actually watch Rob's entire playlist for Invincibles.
I think I started. He did 1 for all of it, right? For the entire run,
dude, and it's like 10 hours or some shit.
Yeah,
like
that.
Yeah,
I did see that. Yeah.
But yeah, have you had the opportunity to catch up with Stranger Things yet?
I tried. Yeah, I tried my best. I got midway through like I don't even remember which
first
season
episode.
it was.
But,
yeah, but listen. No. I'm in there. But just go ahead. Just continue your conversation, and I'll just.
Dude, honest to God, Brian, I haven't seen season 4 yet. I am very caught up to season 3. I know exactly what's happening. I know what had happened prior. I haven't seen season 4 yet. I'm not gonna front. Yeah, I just haven't seen it yet.
So
I'm actually on Goliath right now. I love Billy Bob Thornton and anything he puts out. Like he could be.
He's watching a series.
He could be a drunk Santa Claus again, and I will be there day fucking 1 to see that.
That's pretty good. Well, Brian, so far with the stuff that you've seen on Stranger Things, what did you think so far?
I like it. It's I was expecting it to be like a slow burn, but it's kind of like a mixture. But I kind of want to ask you, Chris, because what's interesting to me is there's been a lot of hype over this new season, right? There's been a lot of talk about it. And you being one of the most critical people I know, I want to know from you, sir, how is 4th season shaping out for you? Like, is it standing up to the hype? Is it lackluster? Is there nitpicking there's nothing?
Okay, so season 4
is divided
from
into
episode 1
parts.
to episode 9.
Yeah.
It tells the entire series of Stranger Things is such an awesome original story.
Of course.
It's such an awesome original story, starting from season 1 all the way to this season. There are some parts in this season that do feel a little dragged out.
Okay.
But the payoff is amazing at the last episode. The payoff of season 4, the reveal of the big bad and how it gets to that position and how it gets there is It's
Okay.
fucking. It's really good. And the cool
Okay.
thing about it is that there's no wasted potential in the story. Everything
Okay.
has a purpose. So like every scene, you'll see the climb and then the default, or the climb and then the expression, or the climb in the shot, and then it ends like right before it goes to the next a switch out of change to another scene, and everything has a purpose. Every scene has a purpose. And I
Okay.
think that's really, really amazing because we don't get that a lot. You know, we get our Star Wars tropes,
Mm-hmm.
we get our Marvel blueprints, we get our DC blueprints. So to see this show that dwells in like a supernatural kind of series kind of show, but is a little bit more gritty, and then has its like Goonie-esque feeling of having that 80s child adventure, teen adventure show. And then it has your X-Files and the Outer Limits and the Twilight Zone, and it dwells into that. And then to only see it come to fruition in season 4, where it embraces the true horror aspect of the show.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's been such a great buildup. It's been an amazing buildup. You can literally break every season down to a different film trope of the 80s.
Listen, I love sitting here with you each week and hearing you describe things to me, things that I know, things that I don't know. But that right there was probably your best description of anything I've ever heard. So you were, I can
Right,
tell,
dude?
I can
That-
tell you
yeah,
were
that,
thoroughly
like,
enjoying this
I
shit,
did.
yo.
Yeah.
I can see that.
I
yo.
thoroughly enjoy the show because they're okay. I don't know if you guys ever had that opportunity a while back to see the movie Super 8.
I
Yeah.
remember.
You remember Super 8? Super 8, it had such a I'm a really big fan of like the Goonies movies.
Mhm, me
Like the
too.
back in the day adventure films and all that stuff. And the reason why is
They're
because
so
you have-
bad, but you love them. You have to love
Yeah,
them.
yeah,
They're
yeah.
so
Because
bad.
they're corny, they're fun, but they're always a serious film surrounded by a bunch of like funny Nickelodeon writing-esque characters, right?
Mhm.
And of course, J.J. Abrams wrote Super 8, which came out a while back. And that's where you got a lot of like the lens flares, a lot of like the cool synthesized music. Like it just kind of embraced all this whole drama, this whole genre of filmmaking. And I think at the time right now in film and in television and streaming and all this stuff, Stranger Things brought it back when no one else was doing it.
Mm.
And they brought it back right. Like I think they just brought it back amazingly. And I think from the success of season 1 through 3, Netflix saw the potential of it being something huge, which I mean, look at the way it's being accepted right now. As a matter of fact, the song Running Uphill is the number 1 song sought out in iTunes right now.
Oh.
And it hasn't been anything since the 80s. You know what I mean? And it's the number 1 song because of this show, because of the Max episode, which is episode 5, I believe. So this show embodies what Guardians of the Galaxy 1 did when it came to the soundtrack and the film.
Okay.
That's what it does, and it does it so well.
How the
Super well.
soundtrack added it
Yep.
doesn't take you away from the show, but it actually just adds.
It's
to
a
the
part
show
of it.
and makes
It's
better.
a part of it. It's really a part of the show.
I understand. Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
you know what? And speaking of that, man, it's super weird because the soundtrack for the video game of Guardians is a fucking banger.
Dude, yeah, I heard
bro.
it's good. Yeah, I heard it's really good.
banger.
Oh yeah, definitely. I heard that one's good too. And you know what's
Dude,
really
it's so
crazy is
good.
I am excited to be able to bring Diaz back on the show to talk to him about it.
You
That'll
know,
be
and I'm excited to be able to be on the show when he's here.
When he comes
Yeah.
back, right?
Yeah, because I mean, well, first and foremost, I wasn't there for the first time. I was still bartending,
Mhm.
you know, doing my stupid thing. Now I got a big boy job, got a big boy career, selling big boy juice to big boys.
Mm-hmm. Oops.
Sorry
he
about
just
that.
takes a shot or whatever.
And I mean, you know, I'm glad to, you know, have the chance to be able to talk to this guy. You know, I've been lucky enough to have been on the show with a few celebrities, you know, a few big name people, and yeah, man, I want to add another one to my repertoire because every time I bring up the show, you know, like I always bring up Parker Coppins, I bring up Carlos Fierro, I bring up Nick Arbor, you know, I bring up the fact that we've had like a good portion of the Power Rangers on the show,
Yeah.
or I've Diego Luna from
Gabriel Luna.
yes,
Yeah, Gabriel Luna.
Gabriel Luna from Robbie Reyes,
Beast Boy from Teen Titans.
Agents of Shield. So once I say like those big names and like they're like no fucking way, and I'm like, yeah, dude. And people think that we're just a dinky little fucking podcast.
No, we do some shit. But Rick did an amazing job. If he was a cinematographer for episode 9, because I believe he said he was the cinematographer for the 9th episode. That was like the episode with the biggest reveal, and it did not disappoint. It didn't disappoint. And then to be able to see someone that we know and that we've had the opportunity to talk to work on a film of that caliber, like it's so amazing. It's so awe-inspiring. I can't wait to have him back on. I just want to be able to dissect his brain and talk to him about just different things. So I really hope I would really like to go into a really great deep dive. If there's any questions in the comments about Stranger Things, what you guys think is happening or anything without doing any spoilers, let us know in the comments. That would be super great. I'd appreciate it because I have so much I want to talk about. I don't know if you guys have even seen, but like they've introduced this new character named Eddie. He's like the metal guy. I don't know if you ever see. He's like the hair guy.
I have, dude. Like there have been so many fucking memes about this guy as of late.
So that guy, he's an interesting dude. He's a big D&D fan.
Sick.
So like, I guess you could say like the trope of Dungeons and Dragons. If you were to see this dude and he likes metal, but how he would respond to like the normal everyday person, it pretty much kind of responds in that way. Like he's not like a courageous type. He's nervous around girls. He knows society would look at him in a weird way. And he only seems cool to like the younger generation.
Yeah.
Like that's pretty much what it is. But the dude's a big rocker. Like he loves the rock scene and all that stuff. And there's a really cool scene in I want to say like episode 2, episode 3, where he sees his guitar, like just his electric guitar, and it's stringed up on the wall. And he's like, "Oh, baby, I'm home. It's good to see you." And he just touches it. He doesn't do anything with it. He just touches it. And he's like, "I'll see you soon, baby." And that's it. Through the whole season, you never see anything. But in the fucking trailer, there's a scene of him playing the guitar, standing at a bus in the upside down, and he's just wailing, and the thunderstorm is in the back, and it looks like an old 80s like fucking death metal fucking
video.
Dude, it is so good. It is so fucking good. But it's funny. So cool because there we go. Bill and Ted vibes. It's got Bill and Ted vibes. That's what Eddie has
for sure.
Eddie has a real big Bill and Ted vibes. But it's so cool to see that scene where he's playing, and the colors that this show chooses is everything like lo-fi synth. So like the background that we literally have in the background of our podcast right now are literally the same colors in the upside down minus the red. Well, we have a little bit of red because of our
dude, and that's why I have the colors that I have on my
repeat.
On my light right here, because like, dude, that like Tokyo cyberpunk, like look, dude, I mean, you can't go fucking wrong with it, bro.
Like Mad Max Fury Road.
Dude, speaking of, man, Chris Hemsworth released like the little like snapper thing for Furiosa with Anya Taylor-Joy.
He's gonna be in this next movie.
Yeah, dude.
Yo, Chris Hemsworth, dude, his naked cheeks all over the place, dude. Get it,
yeah, dude, and Anya Taylor-Joy, dude. Oh man, I eat up anything Anya Taylor-Joy.
That's super crazy. You know what's really crazy? Okay, going back to the Kamala Khan conversation that we were talking about earlier. So a lot of the people that have seen the first 2 episodes are saying the vapor waveness. I like that, dude. I like that so much. A lot of people are talking about the first 2 episodes of Kamala Khan being more like child friendly, like child inviting for the Marvel universe.
I see it.
Yeah,
but I mean, we kind of got that vibe from the trailer, though, right? Like you kind of knew it was. It shouldn't be a surprise. That shouldn't.
But is it a surprise that Marvel is going this direction literally after embracing horror in Doctor Strange 2 in the Multiverse of Madness?
Nope.
I mean, it's Disney. Like at the end of the day, no matter what, it's still Disney. They're going to be marketed.
Well, the reason I say no is because you have to look at it as 2 separate entities, even though they are in a shared universe. Like you have to look at it as 2 separate entities. You have your Disney Plus, like child friendly stuff, and then you have the stuff that you release in theaters for like the big, the big people.
I get you.
But
Is that the great way of thinking about it? Probably not, but
But I mean, if you think about it, again, I think I said it last week. We've been getting serious the fuck out by Marvel. recently.
In the last couple.
So
of
it's like, what do the kids have? They don't have anything.
They don't have
Like,
anything.
they don't have anything to actually watch. So like, it's getting to the point where parents
They need to make that tune that.
parents kind of have to like monitor what they're watching when it comes to the MCU, because it may be a little bit too much for some of these kids that just want to see superheroes fight. So now if you dial it back a little bit, at least now you're giving that the kids a little something. So I think it's good.
I swear, if I hear Katie Bush, I'm running up the hill. Oh, Katie Bush, I'm running up the hill one more time. It's because that song got real big on TikTok for some reason. I mean, for not to some reason, but like because the show is super popular.
But for some reason.
But for some spectacular reason. I literally, man, Robert, as you mentioned it right now, I literally thought I heard him play it at Walmart earlier. And I was about to be like, no, they never played this song. What are you doing, Walmart? You're trying to jump on the trend. Get the fuck out of here.
The gravy train, man.
The gravy train, man.
Everyone's
trying to
getting
get that TikTok.
Yeah, hell yeah.
No, but straight up, I think season 4 of Stranger Things.
I can't listen. The way that you just like sold that, I'm sold, because you literally just described it like perfectly. So I can't wait till I get to season 4.
And I'll tell you what makes it super crazy is in the first season, it's very Goonies. I'm all for it. Yeah. And then the second season goes and it's very X-Files.
That I do get.
Yeah. And then the next season 3 is very espionage, very James Bondish, because it starts to experiment with like the what's that shit called that they used to put the kids in back in the day, the program. What is it?
MK Ultra.
The MK Ultra program. So there's a lot of like talks of like the Russian and the Soviets and then the underground, like it's super crazy. So it's super James Bondish espionage kind of thing. But of course they have that little sprinkle of the Goonies, of the kids doing crazy things and them introducing like more Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle mutagen ooze or whatever, like chemicals and shit. And then season 4 was like, nah, fuck it, we're gonna go Nightmare on Elm Street. Like it's so good. Every season just has such a beautiful theme, such a beautiful fucking theme. Super recommended. And like I told you before, Brian, while you're watching it, I'm expecting to get like weird ass text messages in the middle of the night and be like, "Yo, that guy did this shit." What, dude? I'm expecting that. And you know the other thing too that's really cool is seeing the kids grow with the show and in real life.
Man. Like you really have. Like over the past, like 6-7 years or some shit like that with Netflix, probably not quite that long, but like at least 5-6 years or something like that you've seen these kids grow.
I'm gonna be honest. I'll be honest. Like just looking from the outside, looking in, like being that I never watched an episode before, that was the only thing that actually kind of like made me want to watch the show. Is just watch the kids like grow up with the show. Yeah.
I think that was really, really cool to be able to do that.
Because like I'm always going to see Millie Bobby Brown as 11, right? And so seeing her in the Godzilla movies, I was like, whoa,
so weird, right?
Yeah. And see for me, it's the opposite. Like I don't know her from Stranger Things, so I only know her from Godzilla. So like it's kind of funny to see that flip flop.
That's it's so good, But I do recommend it. But let's go on to the next part, boys. And as a matter of fact, this is an interesting part of the conversation.
Let's go.
We got the debut of one of the most craziest series of comic book heroes that we've ever seen. They dropped 3 episodes. We're talking about The Boys season 3 debut. Guys, have you seen it? What did you think? What were your first reactions? And yeah, drop the knowledge, boys.
So I haven't seen it yet. I'm actually weirdly on another Amazon Prime.
Goliath.
Yeah, original Goliath. Like I said, anything Billy Bob Thornton is in, I'm gonna watch. Right? I love that guy. That dude is my fucking spirit animal.
He's a spirit animal.
Yeah, as fucked up as that guy is. But you really can't go wrong when it comes to The Boys, right? I saw some highlights on YouTube, certain things that happened, certain things that are happening with season 3 already, and it's fucking nuts, dude. Fucking nuts. I am so excited. One small spoiler, with Sean Patrick Flannery, coming out in the season. I didn't know that he was in it. Cool. And it's so funny because like it's just one of those things where, I mean, dude, this guy's a fucking like third dan Brazilian jiu-jitsu, judoka. This guy does not fuck around.
You know who Sean Patrick is, right?
Yes.
Brian?
Yes.
Yeah, the Boondock Saints himself.
Of course.
He's a big brother. I did not know that he was in The Boys. I was so hyped, of course, for Jen Ackles.
Mr. Jensen Ackles.
Supernatural. But I did not know Sean Patrick Flannery was in it, and I was so blown away with his performance. Did you get to see it yet, Brian?
You know what? I didn't. I do plan on it. I feel like I just got called on in class and I wasn't prepared and shit. But no, like I didn't do my homework or whatever. But no, listen, I'm gonna be totally honest with you. Like I like The Boys, but I just don't. I'm not as excited as everybody for this new season.
Is there a reason?
I don't know. I don't know. It's something about the characters that I'm just not attached to. I'm just not on board with right now.
Most def.
So I'm trying.
That's
like
so weird because like you love gore and you love like the nitty gritty and everything like that. Like this is right up your alley, man.
Yeah, and I like Invincible too. So it's like it's kind of like I don't know.
There is a difference to me between this one and Invincible. The Boys and Invincible is so fucking different when it comes to like its raunchiness.
Mm-hmm.
Where like in The Boys you're gonna see someone get blown or like someone's ass cheeks get torn apart. In Invincible you just see someone's head explode or like a punch through someone's chest. Like there's still like some weird shit the boys do that I'm kind of like, did you have to do that? But I guess like,
and you know what? Sometimes, and I can only speak for me personally. Sometimes I'm with it, and sometimes I don't. Just it depends on how it lands, how you stick the landing. Sometimes I'll be for it, and sometimes I won't.
Drinking breast milk. That's like the lighthearted shit.
No, dude. Episode 1. No, dude. Episode 1 and Homelander in the hospital.
Yeah. Are you talking about this season?
Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about this season? Ugh.
Yeah, episode 1 when he goes to the hospital. That's all I'm gonna say. And what happens when he's in the hospital? I was like,
for me, it was it was the stupid termite scene.
I'm sorry, Myers. Sorry.
Yeah. When they go to the pure blasphemy, Brian? Pure blasphemy.
Yeah, I don't know what you want me to say. I'm sorry. But listen, I will eventually get around to it. I just haven't gotten to it.
So there's this part in the scene where Billy Butcher. Well, actually, it's not Billy Butcher. It's Frenchie and the Beast girl. What's her name? I don't even know her name.
Don't they just call her the girl?
Yeah, they just call her the girl, I think.
Yeah.
They go to they're gonna go interrogate another super, but his name is the Termite. He can like shrink and get bigger, and there's just
Ant-Man.
Yeah, pretty much. But there's just so much like cock and balls in it that I'm just like, dude, this is a little too much, man. Like literally,
you know that they shot Herogasm, right?
Oh yeah, I know they did.
That like when I found that out, I was like, wow.
I'm not prepared, dude.
You guys went there.
I'm not prepared for the fucking Boys season. I'm not,
dude. Like I was until I found out that they shot Herogasm.
Yeah, it's one of those things
when I found that out, I was like,
shit gets hard, and then you're like, wow. Man, I'm not this hard, man. I'm not this hard. Yeah, it's fucking, dude. It's nuts,
dude. Man. Like everyone's gangster until it's time to do gangster shit,
it's
right?
time to do gangster shit.
Yeah, and then I found out about Herogasm, and I was like, I'm not gangster, dude.
Yeah, I'm not.
No, like that's, dude, and Herogasm gets fucked up.
Yeah. So the thing is like with the Boys season right now. I do like, man, the guy that plays Homelander is so good.
I want to see what else that guy is in. Dude.
Yeah, because he's
is he in anything else,
dude?
I want to say he's in Banshee or something like that.
I haven't seen him anywhere else.
He's such a star. Like he kills Homelander's stuff, dude. Like he's so good.
This is like a dream role, something that's just like where you can be the standout. There's no one else to really take, you're getting the main focus and you just shine, bro. Like that's a dream role.
Dude,
right
he's actually he's in Without a Paddle. What the fuck?
Oh, I love that movie.
Yeah, he's in it.
I don't
Yeah,
remember.
man. Yeah, Anthony Starr. Anthony Starr. Carl Urban is a fucking beast, though, dude.
Everything that he's in.
He touches and he's gold.
Yeah.
And you know, I literally referenced him last week for the Gore the God Butcher thing, because he was one of those actors that was like, "Oh, I know who Judge Dredd is. You don't got to see my face."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like he knew the role, he knew the job, and he just took it head on. So good. The guy that plays
he was
Huey
in
does an
he
amazing
was in
job.
Banshee.
Banshee.
Yeah, so it's a fucked up TV show. Yeah, he's like a ex-con who kind of like becomes a sheriff like through weird happenstance, and like he's trying to fix town's problems, and he's like some like weird martial artist too or some shit, and I don't know, he beats the fuck out of people a lot.
Oh, he does that very well because he fucking does that with Homelander too, man.
Yeah, well, he just uses I-beams as Homelander, and
There's
gets
this one
jerked off
scene.
a lot.
There's this one scene that came out in this season so far that I really love. Hey, what's up? There's this one scene, and it's very reminiscent of The Watchmen, where the comedian visits Mothman, and he sits on the edge of the bed and he's like crying to him.
Oh yeah.
There's a
Yeah,
very
yeah.
reminiscent scene in the season of The Boys in episode 2, where Homelander shows up to Billy Butcher's place, and they just sit there and they talk. And it's kind of, I mean, there's the scenes in the comics too. He kind of like tells Billy Butcher like, "Hey, you know what, man? Like we should just team up and let's just you and I, go after this, and then at the end we'll just see who the last one standing is." And it's so good, dude, because it almost tells you like character development wise through thick and thin in a comic book story, like your best friend will probably be your most craziest villain. That's the dude who, like, for the rest of your life, he's gonna be there crying for you when you're dead in the grave in a comic book movie. You know what I mean? In a comic book story, your villain will probably mourn you more than anybody else. And man, that is such a cool scene when I saw it. It's just so far, yeah, man. So far, The Boys, it's not disappointing. It's not disappointing. Fun. It's crazy as fuck. I think the raunchiness, they're able to take it to like a 10. They're able to take it to a 10, and it's all I can say is it's fucking crazy, dude. It's fucking crazy. I'm still on I just finished episode 2 last night. I still need to get to episode 3. I haven't been able to start it because I was getting ready to go to work or whatever. But yeah, guys, if you haven't seen it, you guys need to get at that. If you in the comments, if you guys have seen season 3 of The Boys, the debut, what did you guys think? What's your guys' reactions to it? We all want to know. Let us know. And if you have any questions or anything like that, let us know in the comments too. Boys, let's get into our last part of the conversation. We are going to get right into this because
the
I
meat
think
and potatoes.
the meat and potatoes of this conversation, I think you guys are going to be the ones that are, you guys are like me. We may not be the toxic ones, but we are huge Star Wars fans. And I want to know about Obi-Wan episode 3, Disney Plus. Let's get it. Guys, did you watch it? Did you watch episode 3?
You know what? Listen, I'm sorry, Triggs. I got to stop you. We're usually the ones to go first. I am just because he has been zip tying his reaction to this last episode.
Come on.
I want Chris. I want to know what you thought about this episode first.
Okay, so through and through, from episode 1, 2, and 3, I think episode 2 has been my least favorite.
Okay.
I think the introduction of Darth Vader in this episode surprised the shit out of me. Because again, I didn't anticipate it.
So let's just take it from there. What did you think of how he was portrayed in this episode?
Okay.
His demeanor, I should say. Like, what did you take from how he was in this episode?
He literally, we were just talking about this, right, Chicks? Like earlier before we started the show, we were literally just talking about this. He came out as the mature Darth Vader. He came out like as the way he was in the original films, just mature, sure in his knowledge and his knowing and all his skills. He was so confident, so machismo. He had it. He had it. And they brought in James Earl Jones as the original voice actor. It sounds
fucking awesome.
It's so weird to hear James Earl Jones because it sounds so fucking perfect.
Bro,
Like,
it sounds like the original fucking Darth Vader, bro.
it's so, you know what's really crazy? Details wise, whenever they're using the breathing apparatus or whatever, the sound.
Hmm.
And you've heard it a million times: conventions, toys, shows, cartoons, all that stuff. The way this one sounds is like you can almost hear how the machine works, to where there's more like you have to breathe in harder in than you breathe out. Like, you can almost hear him sucking the air, and it sounds so menacingly cool. It sounds so fucking good. Like the initial breathing scene, like the sound of him breathing sounded like fucking epic, dude. And then when he spoke, I was like, yo, I got wood, man. I gotta go somewhere. So good.
For me, it was, you know, it was the dialogue between the two of them. You know, like how, like why are you like this? I am what you made me.
Yeah.
I like as soon, and I said it like as Obi-Wan said it, because he was like, you know, like, why are you like this? And I was like, I am what you made me.
Yeah.
You know, he was like, or look what you've become, you know, and he was like, yeah, I am what you made me. And then he says it, and I was like, fucking knew it, dude. Like, that's what I'd say.
And I like when he was like in the final part of him like beating the shit out of Obi-Wan. He drags him through the fire.
Through the fire.
Oh
Yeah.
my god, that whole scene was so
He was
fucking
like,
cool.
dude, for me it was like, and now you will begin to suffer.
The when the lightsabers hit and it makes that cool purple tone.
Yeah. Well,
Like it's like a cool purplish kind of like color between the blue and the red. The menacing Jason Voorhees, he just appears out of the darkness to attack Obi-Wan when Obi-Wan is like mid-run. There's like a scene where like Obi-Wan's like looking around and then all of a sudden it's like, wow, like just Darth Vader swings his fucking lightsaber at him and he blocks it. But it's so menacingly cool. Like they gave him like all the tropes.
what I loved most is that like Ewan McGregor like has stated like, oh yeah, that was all fear. Like when I saw, he was like, because I've never seen Christian in his full costume before, you know. So when I saw him like come at me for the first time, I'm afraid. I'm 9 again,
Literally
and I'm
afraid.
afraid, you know. And he's chasing me, and I'm running. I'm afraid that he's going to catch me, you know. And all these things, like it's true fear that he's experiencing, you know, in those scenes. And you know, Ewan McGregor's just such a great actor. So you know, just to see that like raw reaction from Obi-Wan
And that
character.
PTSD that he's got.
Yeah, dude.
So I honestly loved this episode. Like I absolutely loved it. There were some things that, you know, didn't sit well with me on first
Nitpicking,
watch.
like little things.
But then if you watch it the second time, you'll be like, okay. So I think for me, that was one of the most interesting things for me after watching it the second time, is that when Obi, and sorry, this is for spoilers, anyone that didn't watch, spoiler alert, when Obi has the chance to go through that secret tunnel to escape Darth Vader, but then he decides to like watch him, to look at him, because we forget, like, this is the first time he's seen him as
in
Darth
10
Vader.
years. Yep.
He does not. He's watching him, and that scene of Darth Vader walking down the street, phenomenal.
Just
Phenomenal.
murking
Like,
dudes.
you get the pick, like you get the point immediately what you're dealing with, and you have Obi-Wan having a front row seat watching this. And so it's fear. He finally sees, holy shit, what the fuck is Anakin turned into?
Yep.
Like, what the fuck is going on here? And he can't do anything. Because the first time I'm watching it, I'm like, dude, just get in the fucking tunnel and leave. Like, he's not fucking around. He's not fucking around with you, bro.
Yeah, you don't know, man. You don't know what he's gonna do. I've seen the movies.
Like, and it's funny because like before we were talking about it, and I kept joking, yo, this is gonna be so cool because every time Anakin and Obi-Wan see each other, it's gonna be a fight. It hit me really fast. Like, it's a little bit more than that, dude.
It's
like,
ass whooping.
Obi-Wan is trying to run, but this dude, he's trying to kill. Like, dude, he's not fucking around with you. Yeah. He's like, you gotta go. Like, he's
dude.
pissed.
I don't even think it's a straight kill him. Like, he's like, no, dude. Like, you're here, and I am here to make you suffer.
Yeah.
Like, I am going to rip your world apart more than I already have. You thought that you were afraid for the last 10 years. You haven't begun to feel fear yet.
And I think that's one thing that I was ultimately confused at, if anything, was like, I get it. You've been out the game for 10 years, dudes, and we were not the same people we were 10 years ago. All right, I get it.
Fuck
But
no.
this guy is trying to take your fucking head off, bro. Grab your fucking
Yeah,
lightsaber
do
and let's put
something,
some work and let's put some work in, bro. Because he's not. I told you, he's not playing around with you. Like
Yeah.
one of you guys has to go, and he's not gonna stop
dog, and
until
you've
one
been
of
a
you guys are
Jedi
done.
longer than you've been out of the game, you know.
Yeah.
So
Like you got.
I mean, I don't know if I'm gonna hide in my little cave. You better fucking believe I'm grabbing a little stick and I'm like,
So again, like in episode 2, the Leia character is still more annoying than normal. But I've kind of grown to like her more in this episode for her annoyance. But she still does stupid shit.
she's
Like,
six.
I've normally did
Sure,
shit-
she's
stupid shit.
10. I get it.
I think you know what? No, you know what? I kind of agree with Chris about episode 2, but I guess for me, what kind of redeemed her was that bus ride or that truck ride.
Yeah, that's why I like.
With-
But the way she just
yeah.
ran at the bus and was like, "Yo, let's catch a ride."
Yeah, that was
she's still
that was.
doing- she's
would've
still
been
doing
like,
stupid shit.
What the fuck's
She's
the matter
still-
with you?
Like
Jesus.
she's still not listening to the dude that's already proven he's there to save her life.
It's Princess Leia, though. I think that's the
Yeah.
point we gotta keep remembering.
That's
She's
the point.
annoying.
Like, they're
She's
kinda
always
sticking
been
to the
annoying.
theme.
Yeah,
Well,
she's always
you
been
know,
annoying, yeah.
Dude, and you know, speaking of episode 2 to episode 3, you know, the
Really?
talks that you have between Obi-Wan
We'll talk
and
about
him
that.
really trying to hold back the fact that he knows her parents.
Yeah.
He
Oh,
has a
definitely.
very intimate relationship.
Oh
with
my
their
god,
parents.
dude! When she's like, "Are you my dad?"
My
I was
dad,
like,
he was
"Fuck
like,
out of here, Dr. Phil!
"Oh,
Fuck out of here, dude!
dude."
Don't do this to me right now, fucking Murray show.
Right,
Are
dude?
you my
like,
dad? Are you my real father?" I was like, "Fuck out of here! Don't do this right now, dude." He's like, "No, I really wish I was though." I was like, "Tears, dude? No, bro, no! Don't do this to me, Obi. Goddamn, man."
yeah, dude, I was very like, bro, really?
There. Later, Bobby. Thanks for jumping.
Thanks for heading in, Belly.
There were some parts, of course, that I do have my gripes, but I want to ask you too because I'm pretty solid on mine. What do you guys think this show could have done to make it just a little bit better, in your opinions? And your just opinions. Like, I'm not saying that it was a bad show. It's definitely not a bad show. This is literally like a 10 out of 10 for me. But there were some things that I would choose to do in a storytelling wise kind of way. But I want to ask you guys if there's anything in the show that you would have been like, I would have approached it this way. What would it have been?
I would have made
Um,
Reva less annoying, like less of a whiner.
What is she wanting? What is she wanting about?
She's I'm gonna be the one next to Darth Vader.
Okay.
I'm gonna do everything I can to get there, and you're gonna take my credit. I'm gonna kill you. And
I like his little.
I already
You're acting these words. You're upsetting your
I already
dog.
You're
spoke
upsetting
to
me.
You're
Darth
upsetting your
Vader,
dog
and he
with your
said
acting ability.
I can be in charge.
Not gonna pay to see this show again.
Yeah.
Not this
There
theater
you
show.
She doesn't really annoy me. I think the only thing so far, well, in episode 3 specifically, the only thing I would have changed, if anything, I did enjoy the episode, but the fight scene in itself, I was settled just by seeing them go at it, but I think it could have been choreographed a little bit better. Like the fighting,
Okay.
like the fight itself.
See,
could
the
have been
reason that I'm
better.
giving the the choreography a little bit benefit of the doubt is because I'm sure it's hard to swing a lightsaber with a cape.
With
And not only that, but like I always have to remember this isn't all right. So again, I am a huge fan of the prequels. The last
Yeah.
time I saw these two fight,
they
it
were
was
flipping
like
and flying.
it was
Yeah, dude, it was
flipping and
2007.
flying. Yeah, exactly. But you have to remember, one, Obi is like a shell of himself, and two, now Anakin has like 2 robotic legs and a robotic arm, and so like they can't move the same. I get that.
Yo,
So,
and
like,
not only that, like to add to that, this motherfucker is the saving grace of Luke Skywalker, and he ain't training, he ain't keeping up on anything that makes him a Jedi. Why would you fucking hire this dude to fucking keep anyone safe?
Well, I think because they didn't realize that fucking Darth Vader was gonna have a hard on for this guy so goddamn much.
Yeah.
Like he's been like this guy's relentless, man. I don't think anyone saw that. Like even now, I think Obi-Wan is still trying to you get that? He's still trying to reason with this guy.
Yeah, dude. You
Yeah.
know, like
He's
I don't
still
know
trying to talk to him.
what. Oh man, you know, like it's the love and hate with the Jedi, man. You know where where it's like, oh no, the Jedi belief is like the right way. And if you don't believe that, you're wrong. And I'm like, that's kind of the mentality that she got you guys in trouble in the first place.
Yeah,
place.
Yeah, because this guy doesn't give a fuck about your Jedi ways right now.
Yeah,
dude.
it's like I'm
the only
just
thing.
saying,
the only
that is
thing
exactly what got your ass into this pickle in the first place.
It's like that is his life's job right now. Like Darth Vader's only motivation in life is to make this guy suffer. And you have to understand, like, there's no coming back from that. You guys have crossed a line that you guys can never come back from. There's nothing coming back from that.
That's straight up. For me, I think that the approach for the Darth Vader character, I think I would have done it a little bit slightly different.
How so?
My thing is, I would like to have seen Darth Vader, Anakin as Darth Vader, to be more Anakin than Darth Vader.
Okay.
Like to see him move a little bit more with emotion and rashness, where you could see him more upset. Like he was so mature and confident in himself in this show that it reminded me of Darth Vader in all of the other renditions of him. Like in the next like 40, 50 years when they're both old men.
Yeah.
Like he's moving, he's walking slow.
I did get that. I did get the correlation. I did get the correlation.
You get what I'm saying though, right?
Between it's the jump between the prequels and the OG trilogy.
Yeah.
Like it's basically bridging it.
I just wanted to see him a little more immature. Like a little bit more like
out of control, maybe.
Out of control. Like
it has been 10 years,
people
right? Like it has been 10 years. There is a lot of room for growth, right? Like I'm trying to give homie benefit of the doubt, right?
No. I'm not degrading what they've done because I thought it was still fucking amazing. To be able to see Darth Vader come back and be written and see him in a new property and a new way with new scenes. I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining.
I think out of everything that I've read, because I've been like, for some reason, I have just been glued to the Star Wars fandom and the reaction to this show so far. It's very, very interesting. But I think a lot of the backlash for Vader specifically is that he's too timid, or he doesn't seem as though he's taking it as serious as he should. Like he's not a savage Darth Vader that he has been in the comics, or that he's even been in Rogue One. Like he was very, very hardcore in Rogue One. In
Rogue One, okay, so Rogue One, that's a good point, because in Rogue One they gave him
Rogue One was another 10-year jump.
Yeah, no, that was
another 10-year jump.
Yeah, Rogue One was a way bigger jump than 10 years.
But so then, how do you explain that? How do you explain him being so?
No, Rogue One happened in the first movie. That was a 10-year jump from where we are.
No, because
it's 10 years.
Skywalker was already like 15.
No, Luke was 20 when he left.
So
in the first movie during Rogue One,
he was 20 years old.
So from this show to A New Hope, it's 10 years.
It's
and Rogue One is literally you're leading up to A New Hope, so it's 10 years. It's a 10-year jump. So that's what I'm saying. A lot of people are saying that there's a disconnect, because Rogue One, New Hope, he was kind of he was a savage, and he's mean. And this one, he's taking mercy on Obi-Wan. Like he could have killed him. He's taking mercy on him. He's like, bro,
I know what you're talking about. Yeah. Okay, so the reason I really think that the reason why is because he purposely wants to make Obi-Wan suffer. He doesn't want it to be like when he's running and shoot him. He doesn't want it to be like where he just cuts him down. Like he wants to like systematically tear him apart. Like the same way his body was torn apart, he wants to do the same thing. Which is like when he was force choking him, he didn't just force choke him. What did he do? He lit the ground on fire and like drug him through the sand. Like was making sure like he stayed in that fire. So like I really think that there's a purpose for his for his timidness or his like reserve, because he wants to torture him to death. Like I could see that. But my thing is like
that, like, I mean, I said that, off show, was like he did that specifically to make sure that like he felt all of it.
All of it, yeah. Like I could see that. But for me,
keep in mind, like he doesn't just hold him responsible for what happened to his body. He holds him personally responsible for what happened to Padme.
So for me in this part, Ewan McGregor is selling the PTSD part. He's selling the part where he has a lot of emotional damage Even that
Emotional
damage, even the fucking prayer that he does to Qui-Gon, give me strength. And then when he's like, he's coming, like all of that stuff, he's got clicks. He's falling. He's like slipping when he's fighting because of the fear that's in him. You don't get that emotional part from Christian Haydenson playing the hatred part. Like I don't feel that there's like a malicious hate for Obi-Wan from Darth Vader. I just feel like it's just a Jedi he needs to kill.
And I think that's where I think that's what a lot of people are saying. A lot of people are saying that although they do like the show, it's so weird. People say that they like the show, but when it comes to Vader, he's not as savage as he should be, being that this is the first time you've been meeting the guy that you've been stewing on for like the past like 10 years.
I get
like,
that.
For me, I wouldn't call it like
the
reason I'm not going to be so critical about it is because we've had, Darth Vader in the show for all of about 10 minutes.
Yeah, fucking 10
not
minutes,
even
15 minutes.
Mm-hmm. Fucking Obi-Wan's been in the goddamn show for 3 hours, dude.
I'm really expecting or hoping that like maybe in the next 2 episodes we get like an emotional explosion from Darth Vader.
Oh, I think it's 100% going to happen.
Like I just don't want him to be the confident, casual, mature version he is. Like just not for this moment. Because the thing is I don't know if you guys feel it, but the only character development we've ever received for Darth Vader was in the last Star Wars film, which is when he goes back to being his son's father. He throws the Emperor into the pit, and he does that stuff. And there's a good development for that last 30 minutes of the last movie. But that's really it. Other than that, every time we've seen every iteration of Darth Vader, it's always been the same character. Walk slow, breathe deep, whip ass. Like I should make a shirt with all those
fucking
3.
Loser, dude. It literally did nothing.
I should make a shirt that says that. That sounds fucking great. But you know what I mean? Like there's never been like, I would like to see Darth Vader be like angry, like really fucking angry. Like Rogue One, we saw him where he had a purpose. They were trying to steal the plans, and he knew he needed to get that bitch back. Other than that, he didn't give a fuck about any of those people. Like, yeah. I would like to see the anger the same way Obi-Wan has PTSD about him.
So again, I think a lot of the disputes comes when you have a comic book, the Darth Vader comic book specifically, where he is an absolute savage. I haven't read any. I looked a few up because I just had to understand where people were coming from and where the uproar is stemmed from. And they kind of have a point though. Like this guy was pure evil in the comic books, but when you get him on screen, he's kind of like a watered down version of it. So I do understand where it's not going to take me away from the show itself, but I will say I do understand where they're coming from.
Mm-hmm. I mean, dude, literally, other than that, my only other gripe on this show is how easily things fall into place the way the writers write for Reva. Like the way that she found the rebellious break or the rebellious outpost from this place by watching a robot walk out of a room and not really being like, hey, there was some people in there being weird. Like it was really like cut and dry for me. And then the other thing was like at the ending, like she finds the tunnel because she finds the rebel symbol on the wall, right?
Mm-hmm. But
that doesn't tell her where the thing is, the button to open up the tunnel. She literally just turns around and sees something and clicks it and it opens the thing. I'll write that off. But the thing is she had no idea that there was a tunnel, nor where it goes. But she cut Leia off at the end.
But all right, so this is one thing that they haven't done a really good job of is explaining Reva's power set. She can read minds. She's like telepathic. Like she has that Jedi specialty.
Yeah, we got that in the first episode, or what was it?
So she can read minds. So if she's like in your vicinity, she can read your mind. So I'm assuming that's how that happened. I was kind of weirded about that. I was kind of weirded about the whole Darth Vader not going through the fire to go get Obi-Wan. Like that was a little bit weird. But again, it didn't take me out of the show itself. It's just you
Definitely
just gotta like piece it together yourself and then go with it.
See, for me, like those are really awkward writing tropes, right? Like we talked about this, I think, in the Doctor Strange 2 with how they found America Chavez throughout the multiverse and vice versa and stuff like that, or how America Chavez was able to just change into another multiverse and magically be in front of Doctor Strange with no powers.
Yeah.
Like we just kind of were like, it's Marvel. Like they write like that. But I always expect better. Like that's just me, because these guys have had years to practice their craft. That's just what it is for me. Did it take me out of the show? Not at all. I think it's great. Now Riva's gonna have Leia, and now we have to have an upfront conversation and meet up with Riva and Obi-Wan, and we get to see what her true intentions are. Or we're gonna get a Riva brings Leia to Darth Vader, and this is going to be the first interaction between Leia, the daughter of Darth Vader, and him, which is crazy as fuck, because again, I don't know how they're going to play this off, because Riva knows Leia is Anakin's daughter, and it's in the archives that she said she found because they're public or whatever. But Darth isn't that smart to figure out that his kids are still alive because he didn't read the memo. Like, does that kind of sound weird to you guys?
I think we went over it last week, so yeah, it does sound weird. But again, you're just gonna have to. It's gonna have to go with it, because they're doing the best they can.
You kind of have to remember these movies came out 45 years ago. Like the original ones came out in like 1976.
But that's not.
I'm not gonna
their fucking homework, man.
I'm not gonna give them a pass for that. Absolutely not. I won't give them a pass for that.
Literally, right now, what we're saying is the chick that wants to sit right next to Darth Vader's seat is about to grab everything. His kid that she knows about, that she found out about in a file that is available for all of them to read. And neither the Emperor, who literally knows every nick and cranny about everyone in the Star Wars universe, nor Vader, who is a just brand new Sith and controls everything, has ever decided to read the same files she read. Like, remember, because in the later films, Darth Vader didn't even know he had kids.
So we're expecting a Sith, to be honest.
I mean, I would assume that the moment he, like, again, we don't know when the next scene's going to be, but we know that Riva's going to eventually meet up with Darth Vader and be like, yo, I have Leia. And he's going to be like, bet, who the fuck cares? Like, he's going to, I mean, that's what you would assume, right? But maybe she has a change of heart. Is that what you guys are saying?
No.
And doesn't tell her? Doesn't tell him?
To me, the whole Leia and Luke situation has always kind of been one of those, like, how do we, in the past 45 years, explain the fact that he had all this, like, know-how for, like, 20 years that he had kids and never knew? Because, like, he gets told in, like, episode, 5? Like, hey, man, you got kids, dog. And he's like,
what?
Cool.
What the fuck? He's like, I don't have kids. Fucking Anakin has kids. I'm Darth Vader. I
ain't got no kids,
I've never
man.
boned anybody before, dude. The only thing I'm fucking are the Jedi, dude.
Yeah, dude.
And that's Vader, dude. But it's so, I just think it's a little weird. Is it going to show me off? No. I just hope that they kind of give us some type of resolve with it. As Riva doesn't tell Vader anything or mention it to him that he has a daughter, and he's like, whatever, go do your job or whatever. I don't want to talk about it or whatever. I hope it's not like that. Like, I hope it's just kind of shunned over, because of course it's never been brought up in the history of Star Wars.
I don't know. Maybe she does tell him and he's like, I don't believe you. Get the fuck out of my face.
Yeah.
I'm just reading the comments right now. I think this is funny as hell. So Rob, right? So Rob,
I kind of agree with Vince in the last comment.
Wait, I don't think so. And I'll get to that in a second, but I just think it's funny. Like, Rob, I think he was responding to what I said about how people just want like a flat out evil Darth Vader in the in Star Wars, and Rob goes, "Come on, Disney owns it. They can't do that shit. They're kid friendly." And then like the second comment after that goes, "But bro, when Vader breaks that girl's damn neck," so I'm like, yo, but I'm like. It's kid friendly, but he's snapping random people's necks. Yeah, nah, I mean, like, if they could snap random innocent people's necks in the street, they can make them a little bit more badass. But just a little bit of insight from what I've been hearing, that was the original plan, Vince. That was going to be the original plan, but being that with all the backlash that the actress Moses Ingram that's been getting,
Moses Ingram,
that they probably were going to change that. I don't think
what's the backlash about, anyways? Because I know that it's
So-
ranging between racism and shitty character development, or too much power, or OP, or they just have all these different excuses.
Yeah, well, particularly with her, it's just been a racial thing, which I don't understand. Like, listen,
Yeah.
if this was like if this was a revamped character that you're race bending, I understand that. Like, I don't like it. I talk to you every week. I'm on the side of.
I think we talk about it.
I'm on the side of who the fuck cares, right? For the most part, it's like, who the fuck cares, right? But I will understand it. I will understand your argument. If this is an original character that no one knows of, no one knows anything about, it's a brand new fucking character. Who the fuck cares, bro?
Yeah.
Who the fuck cares? Like, I don't understand that. But being with that, with what's going on with that, I heard that that's no longer going to be the thing. Because that, if you think about it, just like you were saying, she knows about Luke, she knows about Leia. She's got a really big gripe with the Jedi. Apparently, she's like, somehow she finds out about where Luke is, apparently, and so like they're gonna change the ending from what I'm hearing. I just read about that today.
They're gonna do reshoots.
I think they've already done they've done reshoots, and
that's pretty hot. That's pretty dicey this close to the being that the show's up and they're gonna do reshoots like that.
Yeah, I heard that she's no longer going. That's gonna happen. If that's the truth, that's what I'm hearing.
It's super wild, man. Because I mean, I don't understand why people would be. I mean, I get it. I understand that there's a group of people that will hide behind, different conversations and bring out their hatred. That's literally
dude. Look at what happened to Rose.
Yeah, like there's got to be people out there that are like, since there's people that are like, you know what, the writers are bad and I don't like the character, they're gonna be like, well, I don't hate her because she's black or whatever, or I hate her because she's black. They're gonna hide behind all of that stuff. Like we said before, the character has certain tropes about her that, it's a little bit weird writing, but it doesn't make you hate her for who she is as a person. That's not her fault. It's the writer's fault for fucking up the script. She's only doing her job.
I don't think that she's doing a bad job. I actually like her.
Yeah, she's a fucking G, dude.
I like her in the show. I like her demeanor. I think that the main focus of the character she captures, I think that and when it comes to a show like this, that's all that you can really hope for, is someone that actually gets the character and is executing it. I think that she's doing.
You know what's crazy? I'll say this right now. I really don't think she's had her opportunity to shine yet.
Yeah, no, she hasn't.
Real quick. Everything's been real, like one-liner, two-liners, a little bit of, but her character right now is pretty tough. Tough character. I get it. And I understand that there may be people out in the Star Wars universe that disagree with her character because she literally killed the Grand Inquisitor. And like none of the other Inquisitors were like, yo, this chick's wild. We need to get rid of her. Yeah. They're just dealing with her. You know what I mean? They're just like, yeah, you're a little wild card, just stabbing people in the stomach, but So
Triggs, as a Star Wars fan, what do you think of Reva and what her demeanor and what her character is portraying?
So, Reva's an excellent character. She's an excellent addition to
the Sisters story.
Yeah, to the whole Sisters franchise. I shouldn't even say franchise, but to the whole Sisters mythos. I was introduced to the Sisters mythos through Fallen Order. I kind of feel like she's getting so much hate for absolutely no reason. Yeah. Granted, the only thing that I know her from is from Queen's Gambit. She happens to be the black character that Anya Taylor-Joy's character meets when they're in the orphanage, and she grows up. She becomes
she's in that TV show?
Yep.
Oh, cool.
Super good. Great fucking
show.
Great show.
Great show.
And she's A1 in that fucking movie or in that TV show. A1. And so like coming to this, huge step up. Like homegirl's just mad, right?
She had
Just angry.
she had no idea what she was walking into.
Yeah, just angry, right?
No, they did. There was she. Okay, so it's really weird that she even has to go through this, but they did kind of like train her to deal with racist comments and backlash and stuff like that. She had to go through training.
No
for
offense,
it.
Chris, but she's black. I'm sure she's been.
And
No,
not
I
only
understand.
and not
No, what I'm
and
talking about, what makes it weird is like that you have to train for that.
it's
Like,
weird. It's weird, but
it's-
you know what? I don't. You know what? I don't want people from whoever is telling her to how to deal with it to tell her how to deal with it because they're not gonna understand.
No.
Yeah.
They're not gonna know what she's going through right now. No one can study for that. No one can prepare for that. What's going on there? She's doing a phenomenal job, and yet she's still getting shit on just by her being alive and not the same.
Imagine working at Walmart or at fucking Taco Bell or at Applebee's where we took Brian to go eat. Imagine any of these motherfucking places, and when you're in training, they're like, "Okay, we're gonna teach you to deal with racial comments this week. Okay, so here's our section for racism that we don't do that." There is not that in any other job. This person had to be trained in the biggest entertainment company in the world that's supposed to be a children's entertainment company. She had to go through special training to deal with racism.
Yeah.
How fucking horrible is that?
I mean, but look at the fandom that we're talking about. Like, this is the worst, literally. And I go back and forth sometimes. I think, which fandom is worse? Like the Marvel fandom, because with the Marvel fandom. Because with
Star Wars,
but listen, but like with the Marvel fandom, you have to deal with like the comic book accurates and that they want it the way that they want it, but they don't even come like even
No,
they don't even
close to this.
They don't even come close to this, dude. Like it's not even close. Like I think I said it in the chat. Like I'm 100% sure that the Star Wars fandom they will never be satisfied ever.
Sometimes they can show
unless it's something attached to the Mandalorian. That's it.
Yeah.
Which doesn't make any fucking sense to me. Like you want to see this IP that you love so much expand and become bigger and have different versions of it and have different people's takes on it. But nah, man, it's like get it out of here.
I think George said it right. It's the society we live in.
It is.
Since the groups are so large, it shelters or at least puts a rooftop on people who are pieces of shit.
Yeah.
And they hide amongst the masses of people that are in that nature. Because I'm not going to say the entire fandom of Star Wars doesn't have an opportunity to at least gripe about script writing or the direction that a film goes. But the pieces of shit that are out there that are saying, well, it sucks because she's a woman. It sucks because she's a person of a different race. Or it's that those people, huge piece of shit.
Again, like I would not mind. But I can understand your argument if this was a character that was already in
Established
Star Wars that was established, and now you're race bending.
Yeah.
This Star Wars is probably the last IP you're gonna want to start race bending anything with because you're gonna get this. But if this is an original character, dude, now you're just
this is exactly what people ask for.
Now you're just bitching. And exactly.
This is exactly what fucking people ask for.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Like, and they're not giving it a chance. Well, those people are not giving it a chance.
Trust me.
I'm gonna stand my grounds when I say this, though, that I think Star Wars, the company itself, has racial indentations that they don't really follow all the time. Recently, they've been a little bit more adamant about sticking to it because it's so much more in the society's limelight that they can't do that shit. But I don't know if I ever talked to I guarantee I probably did. But this might be when John Man was here. I was really against the last 3 episodes because originally in the first one, episode 7, they were originally going to make Finn Lando's kid.
Yeah.
And I was like, bro, that's the most racist shit in the world. The only other black character in the fucking Star Wars universe, and you're going to make him related to this or related to this person? And then they did that with the girl of the last movie. They were going to say that the female character, the stormtrooper that was in the middle of fucking nowhere, had nothing to do about any of the stories, was super disconnected, just a stormtrooper living on a watered island or whatever, was going to be Finn's daughter. Or not Finn's daughter, Lando's daughter.
So I kind of disagree with you a little bit because originally, yes, you're right. Finn was supposed to be force sensitive, right? He was supposed to be
No, he was supposed
like
to be Lando's son.
I he was supposed to be the original plan was that, or the way they were marketing it was that Finn was going to be force sensitive and he was going to have the relationship with
Ray.
With Ray.
Yeah,
so,
I was about that. I was 100%.
But like everything, it got abandoned, and then Finn took a back seat. Like he was like a major marketing tool for that first sequel movie, and because of the backlash, I'm almost 1000% sure because of the backlash that stopped him from being one, force sensitive, and two, being with Ray.
I think they kept him. I think they kept his force sensitivity, but they just didn't highlight it anywhere near as much as they were going to.
Out of it.
Yeah,
they backburned the fuck out of the relationship too. Literally, they're about to. What do you mean? What
relationship? There, yeah. After a while, it was just like, "Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy."
No, literally in a sand pit. Finn was like, "Oh, Ray, I've always wanted to tell you," and they made a fucking joke out of it. Because literally, when they live in the bottom and they go through the dirt, the sand, and they all survive, Finn's like, or Leia, or what Ray turns around and he's like, "Hey, what was?" Or no, Poe literally was like, "Hey, what were you gonna tell her?" And he's like, "Oh, nothing. I wasn't gonna tell her anything." He was gonna say, "Hey, buddy." He was gonna tell her he loved her. They fucking backshelved that story, and they fucking pushed Finn aside. I don't know why. He was literally the most underutilized fucking character in the entire franchise.
And that's what I'm saying. Isn't it weird that in the first movie he was such a marketing tool?
Yeah,
like he was on every poster.
I think it was because of the the distribution in China that they did it. Probably. Because in China they removed him from the poster.
So I think in addition to that, but I think like here in the States, because like if it was just a China thing, they can just take him off the poster, right? But over here,
when it comes to episode 2, they're gonna be like, well, we want less of that dude. Because China's a big contributor to the financial part of Disney.
I really think that it was a conscious effort because they did not want to deal with the blowback. I really think that. I don't think that it has to do so much with China. I think that it has to do with the fact that they didn't want the blowback. You know what? This reminded me, seeing that we were talking about. I posted on our Instagram story.
I love it, dude. Thank you so much.
I posted, yeah. But I thought it was very interesting, and I wanted to bring it up. What our favorite Star Wars fight scenes were?
Yeah, right? Dude, that was such a great fucking post, dude. I love that shit.
And it sucks because when you're doing a poll like that, they only give you 4 options, so I only had or 5 options, or however many there were. So I had to like put them down. Overwhelmingly, the people chose the Obi, Qui-Gon Jinn, and Darth Maul.
Yeah.
And I was a little bit shocked. I was shocked. Listen, it's my favorite. All right. It's my favorite. Let's just get that out the way now. It's my favorite. But I thought that Anakin and Obi-Wan was going to get a lot more fucking people.
Close second. Close second.
Because I love that fight scene. Like, that fight scene is probably the reason that fight scene solidified the prequels for me. Like, that's what made the prequels good for me.
I'll probably get shit on a little bit for this, but one of my favorite fight scenes was Kylo and Rey in the water scene.
Okay, in the water
fight scene. Just cinematography-wise, I thought that was really, really great. I thought that was an excellent fucking scene. I really did.
Visually, it was stimulating. Gorgeous, I will give you that. Yeah, absolutely. But I was just so shocked that the Anakin and Obi-Wan, because that fight scene was fucking amazing. That was amazing.
Like, I actually was going to click that up until I saw Obi Qui-Gon versus Darth Maul, and I was like,
yeah, there's nothing like that. Yeah, that's
going back to what we were talking about earlier. That Anakin is kind of what I wanted to see a little bit more in this episode.
Yeah.
Like that variation of it, maybe a little bit tweaked the maturity, but just a little bit more emotional like that. Yeah. Where he's rash, he's making like doing big ass movements because he thinks that's gonna make him win.
Just look at that. But look at that emotion though. That emotion that he portrayed in that fight scene.
Oh, it's so fucking.
You do not see an ounce of that here, and I think that's what a lot of people are bitching about. Honestly,
that's literally what my biggest gripe was, and it's not even a big gripe because it's still fucking cool. Yeah, we gotta fucking. It's so good. But yeah, I would say the Darth Maul, Qui-Gon, Obi-Wan scene is probably gonna be like my most favorite fight scene with Ray Parks, dude. I think that's so cool.
And I had to put the honorable mentions because I don't care where I am. I don't care what I'm doing. I don't care how many times I've seen it. That Rogue One Darth Vader hallway scene, it makes the hairs on my arm stand up, bro.
See, and I don't know. I think I'm like the oddball out on that one. It really didn't do much for me.
Dude, when the door the entire doorway is blacked out and you see like the darkness seep through, like the darkness comes through on screen. Holy shit, bro. I'm like, are you fucking
that was
kidding?
like the only part that I was just like, oh,
God.
they're gonna get it. And then he just tears everybody apart. I'm like,
hey, is there anybody that liked the comment I can make fun of that was Yoda versus Palpatine? Because that fight scene was trash, dude.
So I put that in, but you know what? It was trash, but it was
the first time we get to see him do action.
It was the first time. It was the first time we got to see him, so it was big. It was like the talk of the town. Oh my God, Yoda is fighting.
First time he fights is Count Dooku, not Palpatine.
Yeah, in Dooku.
Oh yeah,
Dooku. That was cool.
So
I liked it.
Fast. That's such a fucking. I mean, but so's the Emperor Palpatine scene. They're really fucking fast. They're like 30-second long fight scenes. A couple flips here and there.
Yeah, that's like saying like, oh my God, I loved Samuel Jackson's fight scene choreography. No, you didn't.
No, you didn't.
No, you didn't. Get the fuck out of here. He did this a couple times and he cut somebody's head off.
That was so much fun. That poll was so much fun doing because I actually had to rewatch all of them, and I just had like a great hour of just sitting there watching all the fight scenes. It was pretty cool.
My favorite fight scene, because of how funny it is the first time in Phantom Menace that Darth Maul fights Qui-Gon in the desert.
Oh, in the desert? Yeah.
Yeah, because there's a part where he flips and you can see his Nike swoosh on his shoes.
Shit.
You can see he's wearing Nike shoes. And I was like, well, I didn't know they sold that shit at Galaxy Far Away. Fuck yeah, dude. The Nike swoosh.
1/4 portion.
But straight up, really, really happy with what they're doing with the Obi-Wan show. I think it's super, super good. I think it's super great. What can we hope that comes out on the next couple of episodes for you guys?
Triggs?
I'd have to say probably, the true relationship between Reva and
Vader,
Darth Vader.
Okay.
And I have a feeling that Bail Organa is gonna kind of get into the mix when it comes to helping out Obi-Wan.
Okay, that's pretty good.
Yeah. Right? So Rob is true. So in addition to what I heard again about the redoing of the ending of the show, I do hear that we may get a season 2 of this. And that's another reason why Reva may survive. But what I do anticipate, I kind of have to agree with Triggs. I do want to see. We don't even understand what Reva's MO is. We don't know what the fuck is driving her. Yeah. So we gotta know what that is, like, because we know what everyone else's driving force is. We know everyone else what gets them going, but we don't know what gets her going. I do want to see what they do with her. I also want to see what they're gonna do about the Grand Inquisitor. Obviously, I don't think he's dead.
Nah, he's not. He comes out later on. There's a 5 years. This killing scene happened 5 years before.
Yeah, from Rebels, right?
Yeah, Rebels.
So yeah, of course he's not dead. I do want to see the consequences. I want to see the consequences of Reva's actions when it comes to the Grand Inquisitor. So that should be interesting. Listen, what would you guys say if at the end of the show Reva is flipped, like she's on?
We just talked about that. You and I, Brian. She's way too far gone to.
She's too far gone, right? Like, there's no way.
She's just and I was just talking about that with Trigger too, and I was like, "There's no way, dude. If they try to change her, she's gonna be like, hey, I'm a good guy now." I was like, "Bro, you chopped someone's fucking hand off." Like, and she wasn't even
dude, like. To be completely honest, I mean, it's not like Anakin didn't cut someone's fucking head off. Count Dooku, by the way.
Yeah, but
he was being told by the Emperor to do that shit. This chick was just straight hood, dude. She was literally like, "Hey, if you don't help, I'm gonna cut your hand off." And this lady was like, "You know what? I don't gotta do shit." And she cut her fucking hand off. No one was telling her mind to do that. She was literally like, "Bet, challenge me, see what's up."
literally literally everyone else and the other Inquisitors were like, "Yo, bro, you didn't even have to do
That's
that."
heavy,
Like,
dude.
they're like when the Inquisitors are looking at you like you're fucking bugging the fuck out. You probably went too far. Like, there's no coming back for her as far
And
as I'm
that's the
concerned.
thing. That's the kind of thing that kind of weirds me out. Is like I don't understand why the other Inquisitors just haven't killed her after she literally killed the Grand Inquisitor. Like they didn't just attack her for like.
Dude, yeah,
you know,
it's not
defecting.
like they don't know. You know,
Yeah,
like,
they fucking know, dude.
yeah.
They know she fucking. Oh, it just so happens someone with a lightsaber put something through this guy's stomach. I wonder who the fuck that was.
So I
you're
actually
telling me Obi-Wan killed him, right?
Yeah, Obi-Wan stabbed him, right? Yeah,
I thought it was so funny, right? When Obi-Wan was on the when he was on the bus with the Freck guy. What's his name?
Oh,
Freck.
Freck.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Freck.
Freck.
Freck, when he was on the Freck guy, and then the stormtroopers come up and they said, "Yeah, we're looking for a Jedi. Have you seen him?" And Freck goes, "Nah, but I picked up these guys in the back." It's the first thing that Obi-Wan does. He puts his fucking hood up and looks more like a fucking
like a Jedi.
like a Jedi. I'm like, come on, bro. Like, dude, are
I
you
don't know, like,
trying
hey,
to hide
Rob-
or not? Like,
You kind of look like a Jedi, cut.
Yeah, cut, you look kind of sus, cut.
Yeah, dude.
oh my god.
I dug that scene.
Let me see your
I thought it
pockets,
was really
dog.
good. I just never know why they write the stormtroopers such asshole like.
Yeah.
Like you know,
such
Qui-Gon,
dicks.
or no, not Qui-Gon. Obi-Wan pulls off this real good like, oh, that was her mother's name. We really miss her. Everyone does. And there's like a moment there that everyone's like, wow, that's deep, man. I'm real sorry. And then the guy's like, well, keep your fucking eyes open. Like, I'm like, dude, have a fucking heart, asshole. Jeez, dude. Like, he lost his fucking wife. Give him a moment, dude. He's in front of his kid, and he's like, yo, well, fucking, you better do your job, boy.
Yeah, dude. Well, she's dead now. She's not coming
Yes.
back. Fucking let it go.
You better not call your daughter by her friend's name. Your wife's dead. Get
Yeah,
your shit
dude.
together. Like, I was
She
like,
has her own
fuck, these guys
fucking
are
name, dude.
deep,
Call her that. Big fucking weirdo.
And then they walk out of the bus, and they're like, bye, Freck. It was good seeing you, man. You're such a nice guy, and
Yeah,
we
man.
love you and shit. Fuck that guy.
And then Freck is like,
stupid
bro,
kid.
these guys are kind of sus, bro. Like, you should check these guys out.
Oh, you know what that
That was
reminded me?
so
And
fucking
when I was
stupid, dude.
when I was trying to look up all the negativity that's going on around this show, I did come across that some people did have a problem with the way that Obi-Wan used Freck as a shield when the
Fuck Freck,
stormtroopers but like that's not a but listen, but you gotta think about it. That's not a Jedi move.
That's
To
a
use
Ben
someone that-
move, dude. He's not Obi-Wan anymore.
Yeah,
dude.
bro.
He's
I don't
explained
know how
that
many
shit.
times he's got to say it,
Yeah,
Brian.
I don't know how many times the motherfucker's got to say it. He's not
Ben.
Obi-Wan. He's fucking Ben. Ben
He's still
does
a
that
fucking
shit. Ben-
Jedi, bro. You're
Ben
not supposed to
does
use
Yoda. He's a
that's supposed to
gangster
use-
motherfucker.
Nuh-uh. I don't know how many times he's said that he's not a Jedi no more.
He
The
used to be
Jedi
a
ain't
Jedi.
there
The
no
Listen,
more.
dude just came out in
Listen.
fucking Maury episode with a kid that doesn't know if it's a real dad. He's gangster already, dude. He's using Freck as a shield. That's nothing, man.
Listen, if you walk around with a lightsaber, you are a fucking Jedi, sir.
Nah,
I'm
bro,
sorry
you're
to
just
I
a
don't
force
know, man.
sensitive
I'm
weirdo
sorry- I'm
with
sorry
a
to
fucking
tell you.
laser stick attached to your
Yeah,
head.
with a laser
I'm
stick.
sorry to tell you.
I don't know.
Yeah,
dude,
no,
I
that
don't know.
was
He
fucking
did use
great.
the laser blaster sideways. He could be.
He was
gangster.
using laser blasters. He's using people as shields, bro. Like, bro, this guy
That's
was fucking
gangster as fuck,
gangster.
dude.
That's the gangster. Now he's
It's a
fucking
Jedi
gangster.
way, dude. If you don't
Hell
close
yeah.
your eyes, what is it? You close your eyes, you don't see the way or whatever the fuck.
Did you guys see the talks that what was that droid that was in the workshop?
Oh, the storage droid.
The storage droid that he was one of like the Bad Patch guys, like in costume or something like that.
Yeah, maybe.
I saw something like that. That if that happens, that was
It
like
could be. I mean, there was Quinlan Voss was mentioned.
he was. Quinlan Voss
Yeah, well, that was really cool. That's a cool little Easter egg. Even I mean, to at least talk about him because he was an Easter egg in the prequels. Like
He was.
out there where Qui-Gon was. He was like at a bar in the background, just chilling out.
I think it was
cool to
the-
at least like for them to at least mention like some of the Easter eggs from like the lure and shit like that. What I didn't like, my other gripe was the Freck guy when he takes him to the second outpost or whatever.
That was Seth Rogen, right? It was supposed to be
Yeah,
Seth
it
Rogen
has
voiced
to be
him.
fucking Seth Rogen.
I
It
think
just
that's
always
who-
sounds like fucking Seth Rogen.
I'm
Anybody's
pretty
like,
sure.
"Hey, everybody, how's it going?"
I'm pretty sure that's who voiced him. Yeah.
Yeah. He takes him after he already had him there with, stormtroopers in the back seat. He literally shows up to another outpost and he's like, "Oh, hey, you should check these guys out. They're kind of weird, man," or whatever. And it's like, bro, he was already back there with dudes. Like, Why didn't you just narc on him then? If you're narking on him now, hey, I want you to check these guys out. They're fucking weird. That little girl is like a little girl or something. I was like, that doesn't make any fucking sense.
I think that once that whole ordeal where Obi-Wan fucked up and he said the wrong name, I think that's where the radar was picking up. That was
well, I think the radar was when the girl was like, "Yeah, we're in the middle of the desert and we lost our way," and he's like, "That's a weird fucking story" or whatever. It's like, did you read the script or what? What the fuck, dude? I thought that was the funniest fucking line I'd ever heard. He was just like, "Wow, that sounds like bullshit." Like he just straight calls him out on it. I thought that was fucking.
But I'll believe it.
Yeah, I'll take it. Let's go, guys. I thought it was fucking funny, man. But yeah, it was a little weird that he showed up to the next base and he's like, yeah, these guys are weird. You should check them out. It's like, dude, you fucking brought them all. You drove them all the way over here. You brought them to their escape plan. The fuck are you doing, dude? Yeah, it was all right.
So Rob does bring up. He did mention in the chat about the conspiracy about Obi-Wan being Anakin's big brother. There was a scene. Weird. There was a scene in this episode where Obi-Wan is talking to Leia and he's explaining that he comes from a family that he doesn't know much about, but he does remember that there was a younger brother that he had, and now everyone is going crazy. Everyone's going crazy trying to figure out who his brother was, and of course, you're going to land on Anakin first. So I honestly, and how would you guys feel about that? How would you guys feel about them?
Would immediately tune out of fucking Star Wars.
Yeah, I'd hate it. I would hate it.
Yeah, that is them. That's them going out of their way to break
canon, like super crazy canon, because the mother would have at least been like, "Oh, Anakin, it's so good to have you because I lost my first son to the Jedi."
Yeah.
On
top of that, she already told Qui-Gon that it was her only son. That it wasn't that it was a weird conception. Shmi said to Qui-Gon that it was her only child, and that like even whom she like was with at the time when Anakin was like. When she was pregnant, she was like, but like nothing ever happened.
Yeah,
like it was essentially an immaculate conception.
Yeah, he was like Jesus' birth. Like Darth Vader is Jesus in the Star Wars universe. He didn't have a father. He was just created.
Yeah.
Palpatine put him in there. So
Plagueis.
Yeah. It's such a I don't know, man. Like okay, so Marvel has a tendency to do that kind of shit.
What's
where
that?
Like they mention some shit and then later on, 5 years down the road, they come back to it. So is there a possibility that we will get a, Rey is out there in the multiverse of the Star Wars or in the future of the multiverse or whatever in the Star Wars universe, and she's going to now find Obi-Wan's younger brother who is Force sensitive and is wanted to be a Jedi, but never got picked up, or I don't understand. I don't understand the idea of that.
Younger brother, dude, that guy's probably 100.
We don't know how the world works in there, so I don't know. But Marvel does that a lot, where they mention some shit and then they run back to it. I really doubt in this season they're gonna be like, hey, it just so happens here's your mom and dad and your younger brother. They own a fucking Chinese buffet in Tatooine. I don't think they're gonna do that. But I really fucking doubt it would be Anakin and his younger brother. I always assumed that was his like reason for being like a protector of him when he was like his master or whatever.
I thought that was a very interesting line that they put in that show because, of course, whoever put that in there knew that this was going to set the people. It's going to set people talking. It was going to set something up, and people were going to talk about it. And that was interesting to see what they do with it. You don't put something like that in this show and not see it through. So it would be very interesting to see what they do with this. And again, I just don't want them going out of their way to making this something that it doesn't have to be, because then it's only going to bring more issues than anything. So
actually, Vince put something up funny, but it wouldn't be an old Grogu. He'd literally still be in his preteens. Yeah, he says, I see Rey meeting a very old Grogu one day. There's no way, because he would be. Those guys live to be 500 years old, and at the time, it's been 50 years, and he's still an infant. So by the time Luke was already old, he would be like maybe 8.
A teenager.
Yeah, no, even earlier than that, if you think about it, because 50 years from that point in Boba Fett and all that shit, like it's already past the death of Darth Vader or the Death Star. So we're looking at he would be like 11 or 12 maybe if he ever met like an old Rey. I would see maybe preteen like 12 maybe. I mean, but still the dude's got fucking, fucking 100 years of knowledge already as being a Jedi. I could see him being more of a Mandalorian though, which would be fucking cool as shit. What type of cameos or theories do you guys have on the show? I know Brian's already cheated. He's already seen the fucking.
No, I haven't. I haven't really seen any leaks. It was just about the ending and what they were planning on doing. To wrap up the Reva character herself. I don't really know too much. I don't know if there being any more Jedi coming out. Hopefully we get some cameos. That could definitely. This show could use a boost like that. Personally,
like a cameo.
Like a cameo. We do know that there's.
We're all anticipating Qui-Gon Jinn, which would be a great cameo.
Exactly. Yeah.
That would be an intense cameo to have. And I wonder if he's going to get it now that Anakin as Darth Vader has been revealed, and Qui-Gon's going to be like, you know what? It's my time to come back. Like, I need to help you out, Obi-Wan. I'm so sorry I started this shit. There was something I was going to ask you guys. It was going to be, how do you feel knowing that there may be a possibility that Reva was the person who saved Grogu?
I'd laugh.
I didn't even think about that. That'd be cool.
Because they really, it's interesting because they just introduced this character in this show. And I think that there was a lot of people when the Grogu shit happened and they showed that flashback that we were anticipating, of course, a different cameo from a more heroic or a more well-known character in the Star Wars lore, right? But then they introduce this character now, and then they bring in her, and then they end up making it to where she was with the children and she saved them. What would you guys feel about that, and how would you feel like if it was a good or bad thing?
I think it would be dope. It would definitely, but then like you can't. For me, it would be cool to see that, but I can also see how it would bring up more questions than anything. Like you can't tell me that Reva was this caring, Jedi sensitive person that was doing all this good and
then turns this way.
And then I get it. It's the Sith. They grab hold of these younglings and they turn them. I get that, but I don't know. I think that's a lot. That's asking a lot of the viewer to take in. You can't have both of those. You can't have her be this evil person, like all the way evil, and then go back and show how good she. I don't know.
Well, it would kind of be weird, right? I think it would be in the sense of like priorities wise, like what would seem more important to go look for Obi-Wan or to look for the last living member of the Yoda clan. Like, what would seem more of a priority in the sense of being a Sith or a Jedi? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To me, it's one of those things, like, if they made it to where she saved Grogu, I could see the rush into pushing her into this, like, forefronted character that everybody knows exactly who she is. Because then people will be like, oh, there you go. That's how it combines all of these shows together in some way. I'm still hoping that it's a lure character though, like a legacy character from the Star Wars franchise. That's me, but I guess the thing that I'm more anticipating for is the Qui-Gon entrance. That's really what I'm anticipating. I'm anticipating the CG they're going to use, and I'm anticipating just the development of the character. I want to see if there's anything I want to see more is Obi-Wan's character becoming more emotionally rash. Like more emotionally unhinged, because then him becoming a stronger variation of the Jedi would make more sense. Because you can see the emotional content in what he's dealing with and how he has to keep those emotions down and controlled to be a better Jedi. Because if there's one thing that I don't know if you guys are feeling, because I am, is there's this like weird Luke Skywalker destruction of the character, where they have to like break him down completely and then hopefully build him up. And I think that the expense that they did with Luke Skywalker, they did it too late in the newer movies. Like they brought him back to his like full form Jedi nature, and then they killed him off real quick. Where we know that Obi-Wan becomes a great Jedi. Like we know that. So we're just watching this weird like Obi-Wan's been missing for all this time. Where's been Obi-Wan? I'm Ben now. I don't go by that. Throws the lightsaber away or whatever. Like he's, it's the same literally Luke Skywalker storytelling scene for him. I really hope they change it up a little bit. Still great though.
Since you brought up the whole Grogu thing, I was wondering, I don't know where the thought came from, but I was wondering how come we're getting like an Andor show and a Mandalorian show and a Boba Fett show, and like how come there has never been anything for Yoda? Like I'm looking now, he's never actually had his own comic book. He's never even had his own comic book until now. I think up until 6 days ago at the Star Wars Celebration, they said that he's gonna finally get his own standalone comic book.
There's been a lot of it going around for a while that people have been wanting to see, like the teenage.
But that's not weird that we've gotten all this other Star Wars content from all these other Star Wars characters, and we've never seen one of the most beloved characters of all time in Star Wars lore. Like we've never seen that. We've never seen a show, a movie. He's just now getting a comic book in 2022. Like that's a little weird to me.
I mean, but it's a smart move for them to do it now with the development of Grogu and people wanting to know.
Yeah, I guess. Like I'm looking at it now. He's been featured in like paperbacks, but nothing just solely dedicated to him. With about like his past, or he's already like old ass Yoda at this point.
Think about it. Like it's been like what since the original movies, 30 years.
Yeah,
and we barely got like at least the title.
We don't know who he is.
We don't even know the race of character they are. Like
I just thought that was very interesting.
Yeah, I feel it. I feel it, my dudes. I feel it. So what are we looking for the next episode 4? Do we have anything out in the market right now that kind of gives us a preview of what's going to happen or no?
Just don't, like, you've already set the bar. Just keep it there. That's all I hope. Just keep it there and I'll be a happy camper. That's it.
Good shit. I'd have to agree.
Yeah. It's Robert says it's easy because Yoda want that money. He's a Kardashian. Great shit. Vince says I see Rey meets okay. I think R2D2 was the one that saves.
That's been the consensus I've heard.
Oh, wow.
But it would be cool if they made it to where Riva.
But wasn't he already with Princess Leia?
Who? Oh yeah, he was. Yeah, he was.
I was gonna say wasn't he already? Because he R2D2 C3PO were with Leia.
Oh wait, no. Order 66 was when that happened. So he was there. He was there at the temple. So it's very easy.
Very
that
possible.
He's
a little
very
trash
possible.
Can.
Yeah.
He's a little trash can. I don't know. I still look forward to that. Still look forward to the Mandalorian season. What 3, 2?
Yeah. Yo, that's not weird that they had that fucking screening as a closed screening and we weren't able to see that shit.
No. Okay. So I don't think it's very weird because they used to do that shit all the time for San Diego Comic-Con. They would always.
What's the marketing behind that? What sense does that make? Why would you do that?
It hypes the series up even more. They used to do it all the time in San Diego with Marvel way back in the day. Okay. They would only show like huge amounts of stuff and they would make sure no one had cell phones, only a handful of people, and they would show you like a large amount of the movie or if not the entire thing. So there were special screenings for people that would attend literally just New York Comic-Con or San Diego Comic-Con. Like it's been like that for a little bit. It's just weird to see nowadays because post-corona conventions really haven't done that or anything hasn't done that recently. You'll always see them do little snippets and stuff like that. But for them to see a big chunk of the Mandalorian, the new season,
I don't like that shit, bro. Like that's fucked up.
It's not fair, man.
Bro, as consumers of this shit, we had to deal with these motherfucking content creators that get the shit like a whole week in advance and see like the first 3 fucking episodes, and then like you have private screeners, bro. Like first off, Star Wars doesn't have much to fucking get hyped about, to be honest with you. So the one thing that you do have that people can collectively get behind, you have a private screening for the fucking for like the next season. I don't think that makes sense. I don't think that makes sense at all.
Yeah, that's
marketing wise, from just a merchandise and marketing wise standpoint, you could be selling your season 3 because they're going to come out with some new season 3 shit to sell to us. You could have come up with that already, and it could have been flying off the shelves by now.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a real good point. Well, guys, what about anything else? Is there anything else you guys want to cover or talk about?
Nah, man.
And that's pretty
Nah.
much it, man. There's not really much. There's Morbius. Are you guys excited to see Morbius again? I think the most coolest thing is that we're gonna get this Kamala Khan thing coming up. I'm really excited. There is a good amount of hype around it. Really excited to see what happens. But
Yeah. Why do we need another Morbius movie?
We don't.
I don't, dude. It was the highest grossing movie ever, dude. Everybody knows that. 350 million quadrillion dollars, dude. My
That's how
favorite
much?
part was the Morbius time. It's Morbin time. Oh, dude. As a matter of fact, did you guys see the live action trailer for Pinocchio?
Yes, I did.
No, I
It's
didn't
pretty good.
see it.
Not too bad. Not too bad.
I did see that it's out. I didn't see it.
Yeah, it's pretty good. What's going on in the comic book world? We have, I think they just started a new story that was called DC versus Vampires or Justice League versus Vampires.
Okay.
Did you guys see that?
I didn't. No.
Triggs, what about you? Have you seen it or no?
No.
No, it's, I don't know if you guys ever checked this out, but like it's following the same pathways in comic books as most weird arcs do, which is like the undead or whatever. What was that one that they did a while back? The DC the zombies one. Deceased, right? And literally right outside the mark, just my question, I'll ask you guys just out in the open. Who do you think superhero wise they killed
In what?
in DC universe? Like in the DC versus vampires.
The Justice League.
Oh, well, it's Justice League versus vampires.
Oh,
Who do you
just
think out of the characters in the Justice League they would kill first?
Superman.
The Flash.
No, the Flash. They did it again.
How?
Okay, so the reason why they kill the Flash first is because he's the only one that can like travel through time and like fucking just go back and stop the vampires completely. So like off the mark, that's the first fucking dude they wipe out.
How do you catch the Flash lacking? I never understood that. Like, I don't know if anyone can ever make me understand how you catch the Flash lacking.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
It's
It's
lit-
super
like-
crazy.
He should be literally invincible, personally. Like, I don't think you can't catch him. Like, what the fuck?
It's there's that story that they did, which was the what was it? The Suicide Squad one, Trigger, the one where
Heroes
Zoom,
Reborn. Oh, sorry. No. Heroes in Crisis.
the one where Zoom's stopping the bullet, right? Remember where he has the fucking gun hole in his head and he's like, he's literally it's right after.
No, you're talking about a different one. Okay, no, so there's a comic book called Heroes in Crisis, and yeah, one of the first superheroes that you see dead is Wally.
Is Wally West the fastest?
Keep in mind,
fastest
the
man alive.
fastest of the
The
Flashes.
actual fastest man alive. It's just really crazy. That's like, and it sucks, dude, because I've always felt like the Flash and Wally, Barry Allen, like they're the better characters in the stories, and they always kill them off in these things so that way they don't fuck up the story. Like it's so weird. And then of course, like just like the deceased one, Wonder Woman gets changed, and then Superman gets changed. I think the only thing different is when you find out who the main villain of the story is, which I'm trying to give it some time to cook and let it happen. The other one is, of course, Banner of War. That's the other one that's out right now, which is a very interesting story. Which is, I think we talked about a little bit. Huh?
So it's a whole lot better than fucking vampires and shit.
Dude, I have to ask, man, like, what is it with DC right now? Like, what they don't got shit going on. Okay, you know what? I take that back. The Blue Beetle behind the scenes photos, that look really good.
Is the only thing good coming out of that
Like,
company.
I think it's scary to know that, like, there's a lot of people that are like, oh man, did you see the Blue Beetle pictures? Like, DC got it going on. And I'm like, wait a minute, dude. Like, they could get their fucking suit right, but they have not got anything else the fuck right. Like, nothing else the fuck right. We were just talking about that right now. It's such a joke that people are petitioning Bruce Campbell to be the replacement for Amber Heard.
Amber Heard, right?
Yeah, that is. I mean, that would be fucking funny, but like, that does not do DC anything good. Like,
You know what? This is exactly what they get, though. It has been a shit show over there for so long. What else do you expect coming from them right now?
yeah. And then
Like-
we saw the evaporation of the CW shows minus the Lois and Clark shows. I don't know if you guys had the opportunity to see, but they just released a trailer for
so sorry.
You
Yo, I
know,
thought
dude.
that was
Yeah, he knows, dude. He fucking knows. Triggs, you know what
no.
he's talking about?
Yo, you didn't see that? I posted it in the chat
Yeah,
where I
yeah.
took the pic. I took the
I will
screenshot.
not.
Yo, you had time that day. Can we talk about that really quick? Why
Yeah,
are you
you
taking
can.
time out of your day to fuck with these people on these fan pages? Bro?
I just got to get them on the right page, dude. Can't
Yo,
go for that low hanging fruit if you're gonna make a point. Can't be all
yo.
like, "Whoa, dude! Like, look at how great they are," and I'll be like, "Yeah, but they fuck everything else up."
So to the people that are listening, what happened was I was scrolling down Facebook one day
I
and I
love hating
saw a
that,
comment. What was the comment, Chris? I forgot what the comment was. You remember what it was about?
I cannot even remember.
It was
I can tell you-
something.
So many of them.
Yeah, it was something. It was something it's something that pertains to a topic that we've talked about multiple times on this show, and I immediately thought of Chris when I read this comment. And then as soon as I scrolled down and I'm looking at the comments, who's the first name that I
the
see up
fucking
there?
first thing that pops up
The
is my
first
shit.
name that pops up is Chris's
Yeah.
name, and he's going.
So,
he's going in.
It was literally okay. So it's these four are perfect examples why a suit doesn't have to be comic book accurate to look good.
Yes,
And
yes,
it's
yes,
Ozymandias from The Watchmen. It's Red Hood from Green Arrow. It's Zoom, fucking mind you, Zoom from the Flash universe, season fucking 4 or whatever. And it's Deadshot from the new Suicide Squad. And my comment was like, "Yo, DC is trash though. Could you use some better reference?" Post does not relate. Post doesn't relate. Like, you know what? Like, okay, Triggs, I have to ask you this.
You were pissed off that
How-
day.
Damn DC universe. There were some liberties that they took in the Watchmen movie.
Yeah.
A lot of liberties. But they did do their best, minus what they didn't think would work and what they couldn't use because of legal actions or whatever with mutants or whatever. To what they used in the Watchmen, but they stuck comic book accurate. Out of that, do you feel like it was still a good representation of the Watchmen comic or graphic novel, the film?
The film?
Yeah.
100%.
Okay. I mean, I did too. And being that because the person put up Ozymandias' costume, which is not comic book accurate because it's not like the weird purple or, you know, the weird, like, I don't know, he's wearing like a wool outfit. I don't know. It's a fucking weird outfit that he wears. It's almost like warm-ups and like some weird like foam on it.
It with that particular statement, like I kind of have to like tell that person like you're clearly missing the fucking point of the movie then.
Yeah.
You know, like yes, there was a lot of grandiose in that movie. Yes, there was a lot of things that you were going to look for in those movies, you know, the Silk
To nitpick,
Spectre and Owlman and stuff like that. You know, Rorschach obviously and the Comedian, but like you know, you hit at like the philosophical points in that movie to make sure that the movie makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense.
But
You know,
I kind of think
everything
you're
else
making the
falls
point.
into place after that.
You're making the point for him actually, because I think, I mean, and I just taking a guess, I think the guy is just trying to say that sometimes it doesn't need to be comic book accurate for them to get their point across, for them to get whatever story they're trying to tell or whatever message.
I'm
they're
usually
trying to
not. You know me, Brian. I'm the
Yeah,
least
yeah.
comic book continuity, you know, like
I am.
Nazi there is.
So
And-
I just think that he was just trying to make a point, like saying, hey, whatever the case may be, whether he was talking about gore or just whatever, anything else that he might have been talking about, it's just saying like maybe we're being a little bit too critical. It has been done where it may not be comic book accurate the way that a costume looks, but it works because it's written a certain way, it's told a certain way, it looks a certain way. And this guy Chris, he doesn't want to hear any
Now,
of that
okay,
shit.
but my reiteration on that that part of the conversation would be the reason why is because those costume designs weren't as mainstream as they could be.
Okay.
So like if you look at Ozymandias' costume back in the original Watchmen series,
Yeah.
it looked like he's wearing like some fucking purple warm-ups
Mhm.
and some sneaks, and he's got just, you know, some Eva Foam cosplay shit on. Like it looks shit.
Yeah.
But then you look at what they did for him in the film, and they gave him like a fucking legit superhero outfit during a time when we were barely at the pinnacle of what comic book stories could be.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people weren't even taking the chance to make what they did for the costumes in the Watchmen did. Like a lot of movies, the only one that had been doing it was DC. But they didn't even do it for Superman at that time. They did it more for the Batman series. So Batman was the only one out of those superhero movies that was like, yo, we're gonna go balls deep, latex, rubber, just muscles on muscles. Like we're gonna do it to it. And the
Dude,
only other ones that
and
were
it's so
doing
funny
shit that
you
was like
mentioned that,
blank, man.
because like, you know, on the TV show, Jeremy Irons, he dons the classic, you know, like,
I love that show, by the way.
yeah, he dons the original costume, like down to the fucking robes and cloth and, you know, weird gold silk fucking armlets.
The weird shit. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm like, all right, dude, fucking, I mean,
All right,
he
cool.
he wears it. I mean, it's Jeremy Irons, dude. That guy could wear a fucking whatever he wants.
But you know what? Like, if in that tone, when you remember what the Watchmen comic book was, and then you see Jeremy Irons costume, then you see the one that came out in the movie. Which one do you prefer for a comic book film? I prefer the one that they chose for Ozymandias, the rubber costume, like the badass looking like superhero costume. I think it was cool.
Okay, but did it ruin the show for you?
No, it's just
Did it
for
ruin
me-
did it ruin the character for you though?
No, not at all. No, not at
Okay.
all. It actually it magnified it. It made it cooler because they kind of like they modified it to a more newer time. Same thing with the Zoom character. If you look at Zoom in the old comic books, he's literally just wearing a black outfit.
Yeah.
Like this one gave him like a cool like scratches on his face, like just cool shit. Like they're cooler designs. I think it's cool because it's modified. It's like an upgrade to the times. I disagree. I think DC always is the forefront when it comes to trying to be as comic book accurate as they can. Story wise, for the Watchmen, they did change a whole ass ending, which was wild, but I think it played off pretty well. I think it played off really fucking good compared. So, yeah, but that was my fucking. Yeah, I have a tendency to shit on people's posts during the week.
It was so funny to me, bro. It was like I saw it in slow motion. I knew you were gonna be in the fucking comments somewhere. I felt it, and there you were.
I had someone, and it was so funny. A friend of mine named Frank, had commented on one of my other things, and he was like, "Chris, you just don't like anything." And I was like, "Yeah, I'm sorry, man. Yeah, it's what happens." But I am liking Star Wars right now. I'm liking the shit out of Obi-Wan, and yeah, and you know what? I've had an opportunity to see the Doctor Strange film again. I'm not saying it's gotten better,
Okay.
because in fact it just raises more questions the more times I watch it. But the rewatchability is pretty cool.
You know what? I said that after watching it the first time. I'm like, this is gonna have some good
rewatching is so fun.
value, but I still haven't seen it again. I don't know what that means.
I've had the opportunity to rewatch it again, and I'm kind of like, the America Chavez character, what's her name? Gomez?
Xochitl Gomez.
Xochitl Gomez. She's growing on me. I'm really hoping that her character gets the opportunity to grow, and they do give her some really great stories coming up in the future. Wanda, I mean, what's her name? Elizabeth Olsen did a great job. Yeah, fuck, I can't complain. Can't complain as much as I've already have. Still kind of disappointed with the Illuminati, but I mean, not enough to hate it or anything like that, but good shit. Guys, is there anything else you want to cover before we go? Anybody in the comments, you have any questions on anything you want us to check out? Anything you want to talk about? I'm looking through, just kind of doing a little skim real quick. I know that they released some information about Black Panther. I haven't been able to read up on it. Really excited for that.
Yeah, that whatever Tenoch Huerta or whatever.
Mhm.
He's learning Mayan.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I saw that. That was really cool. That was really, really cool. And I know that they were talking about someone that was going to be the forever character or forever actor for Black Panther already. So exciting stuff coming, man. I think we got some cool shit dropping in the next couple of days. I'm excited. But oh yeah, you guys, actually I saw one earlier. Yes, Vince Weaver asked, did you guys see the CW Gotham trailer for Gotham Knights?
No.
No? Oh man, you guys are gonna be super disappointed.
No, I won't be because I'm not going to watch it.
All right, that's fair. If you get if you get a chance, you got to let me know what you think about it, Trigger. So far, I
Negative.
saw it and I was like, wow, a lot of people aren't.
Sure, I'll tell you what I think about it right now. I could give a fuck about that show.
You see, I'm not the only person that hates. I'm not the only hater. Like, I can't.
No, it's not that I'm a hater, dude. It's just
No,
like, you know what, dude?
that was hate. That was
giving
hate.
me
That was hate.
CW shit.
That's a little.
Stop
I was
it.
gonna say like
Just
it is.
leave it alone
is,
now.
It is just the CW specifically, so I kind of understand it. But listen, that is a little bit of hate, bro. I mean, that sounded very salty. There was a lot of salt in that. A lot of salt in that comment you just said. Bro.
I can get saltier, man. Yeah, I don't know. Bro. Maybe it's the sauce hitting me. But all I'm saying, man, is fucking let it die. Just let it go.
We also have Robert asking if we got the opportunity to check out Jurassic World.
Oh no, that's next week.
The trailer so far looked really, really great. I like that they're bringing back the old cast.
That is the only thing that interests me. Honestly, these new Jurassic World movies have been pretty dope. I thought I was gonna be over it, but they've been pretty good. So I will check it out. I don't think it'll be like as soon as it comes out, but I will definitely see it at some point.
Yeah. And Robert says the only show worth watching right now is Lois and Superman. I agree too.
Sure.
Guys, thank you guys so much for tuning into the show. We appreciate every one of you, and we thank you to all our extraordinary listeners for tuning in. If there's anything you guys want us to cover and talk about during the week, make sure you hit us up in the DMs, message us. Don't forget to like us on Spotify, iTunes, Google Podcasts, anywhere that you guys listen to your favorite podcast. Make sure you guys like and share our stuff. And don't forget, we do have an Instagram now. Well, not now. We've had one, but we're going to start posting up on some stuff. Brian's the dude. He's running that things, and so far, he's been doing a pretty good job, man.
Brian's our like social media manager, man.
Yeah, man, he's the dude. You did an amazing job this week. I gotta give it up to you. That was so good. But yeah, I want to say thank you to everybody for tuning in. Brian, thank you for coming in. I know you cut your day short, and I hope we didn't like put any pressure on you to try to rush anything. I hope you're doing good over there, man. Trigger, thank you again too, man. I know you're a busy guy now with your big boy job.
Yeah,
so,
dude, for sure.
Thank you for jumping in with me and covering. I can't say I don't appreciate you guys. I really do. You know that. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you guys tune in next week. By next week, I'm gonna tell Trigger and Brian they both need to catch up on Stranger Things because I want to get into a deep dive about that show.
Oh, dude,
I will definitely be caught up,
dude. I'll have a watch probably by the end of this weekend.
That'd be so cool. And of course, we got the boys 1, 2, and 3. Dude, man, I can't wait to hear your guys' reactions about that show. It's so fucking bonkers, dude. So
yo,
bonkers.
we should have a watch party, yo. We should do that.
I've
like
once
a month. Like we don't have to do something where we can make it.
What would it be though? Like, what would you guys want to watch party? Do you think we should watch party like? You know what we should do? We should watch party like the '86 Captain America.
Jesus
The
Christ!
fucking old school Captain America movie.
I would be. Listen, that's one of those things you just may not want to invite me because I would be so drunk.
You're gonna be sleeping, man.
I would be so drunk and just making obscene comments during that. Yeah, that's not.
Yo, and you know what? I've also heard some really great things about Maverick, Top Gun Maverick.
Stupid.
Everybody's talking about Top Gun Maverick too, man.
Yeah,
dude,
actually,
it's good, bro.
Yeah, I haven't seen it, but I talked to D. And he said that he saw it. But he also explained to me that he never saw the original Top Gun, which I thought was weird.
Yeah, it happens.
Like,
it's understandable.
I think it's what?
I mean, it's all right, dude.
Have you seen who has never seen I grilled him about it, bro. Like, who has never seen Top Gun?
Oh no, I've seen it. It's just I've seen it so long ago. I'm not gonna remember much about it right now. It's just
I saw it like 3 weeks ago.
He broke my heart, bro.
No, don't get me wrong. Like if I go back and rewatch it, I'll remember shit. But if you're telling me like to remember fucking 20 years past, I can't even remember what I did last Tuesday. Like much less remember a movie from way back then.
I just thought that was weird. And I think Vince has my number, bro. Like he knows what triggers me. If you guys have a watch party,
Dragon Ball live action, dude.
He knows how to trigger me, bro. And I don't think I like it too much. But nah, I'm joking.
You
guys listen, if you guys have a watch party and watch that fucking Dragon Ball movie, I'm calling it sick, bro. Yeah,
I'm calling the police.
I'm calling it sick, bro.
Yo, okay, so everybody in the comments and you boys too, what do you think would be a good thing to start a watch party with?
Some Rob Jefferson content.
Oh, you know what? As a matter of fact, speaking of Rob Jefferson, Betancourt reached out, so it looks like
Okay.
it's getting a little tighter. Yeah, it's getting a little tighter. We just have to make sure that we have our nicks and crannies on what we want to cover with him if he does. So yeah, we really have to.
Can put that together.
Yeah,
Can put that together.
yeah.
I have been thinking about this for
years.
quite a while now.
So we just have to really, really know what we'd like to invite him on to talk about. Of course, I'd like to talk to him about being a content creator, being the biggest name in comic book research and all that other stuff. So it'd be cool. It'd be fun. So Michael, shout out to Michael Bencourt.
Who
Robert
you it on?
Rob Jefferson,
Okay.
Comic Story.
Rob Jefferson.
Yeah.
Comic
The
Story.
Rob Jefferson.
Your boy. This guy,
Yeah,
this
your
guy
boy,
Triggs.
Triggs.
This guy's Triggs is hard as a
Hide
fucking
your
rock right
erections.
now, yo.
You know, to hide your erection.
I would, dude. The fact that he's used some of my advice in his videos, as a matter of fact, it was for Invincible, is just set me over the moon, dude. I was just, I was about it.
It's
Look how
something that's-
giddy you look, bro. He's
Dude,
fanboying
I
me, bro. Look at
I
him.
was fangirling so hard, bro. I was like, "Ooh, he took my advice."
Well, it's
Holy
something
shit.
that's he reached out to his manager, which is of course his girlfriend.
Mhm.
So yeah, it's something that might end up happening, man. We just got to keep our fingers crossed.
That's
So-
pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
But the MCU movies from the first to the last watch party, holy
In
fuck!
parts. I mean, once a month, but like
We could do
that'll take that,
chronologically.
that'll take
Yeah, that would be like the next
forever.
fucking 4 years of our life, dude. If we do it once a month, oh
Once
my
a month, yeah. I mean, we can do that, but we can do that, or we can just pick random fucking dope movies that we all fucking love and shit. I don't know.
our favorite films individually.
Yeah,
You guys are gonna end up watching Starship Troopers. I ain't even fucking know, dude.
I don't care. I'll watch it. I like
And
that
I'll
Look,
drink to
dude,
that. Dude.
all I'm saying is that we need to get me on here drunk, and I talk
See, I
about
told
a
you,
fucking
Brian.
story arc.
It's gonna always happen.
He's
He's-
itching. He's
Yeah, he
itching.
just-
Dude,
he
I've
just
been
wants
trying
a
to get
reason
that
to
for
get drunk,
fucking
dude.
3 years now. Since I got onto the show. I've been on the show for almost 3 years now.
This guy,
And yeah,
this guy,
I have.
this guy Triggs
I
just
have-
wants a reason to get drunk on camera
Yeah.
and just talk
That's
shit.
why Trigger doesn't drink for enjoyment. He drinks for training.
That's
That's
great.
what he's just training drinking.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, it's
You-
wild, man. But yeah, we'll definitely.
This is
that's
gone.
something that I've. That's something I've always wanted to kind of do is do a watch party like Mystery Science Theater 3000.
Oh,
Mystery Science
yeah,
I
yeah,
Dude, that
love
movie's so
show.
goddamn weird though. Like, Jesus.
Nah, it'd be
Like,
good.
I remember discussing that movie, like the philosophical Mexico products only. I remember discussing like the philosophical like nature of that movie and like what it meant to be to like what all those obelisks meant in like that movie, and I was like, what do they mean?
Oh, are you talking about Space Odyssey? Or
Is it
3000
Space
Leagues
Odyssey?
Under the Sea? Yeah, I think.
Yeah,
you're
you guys are talking about something different. You're talking about the show where the three sit there in the movie
That's
theater
what
and
I'm
watch,
talking
and
about.
watch me. Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
okay.
talking about Mystery Science Theater 3000,
yeah.
where the guys literally just make fun
Re-
of old school movies.
Old school movies.
I
Yeah,
fucking love those dudes, dude.
yeah.
I love that shit.
You know what?
That would be really
we
fun.
we should watch party Invincible.
Okay, we could do that. That's not a big issue. I think it'd be cool.
Down
Yeah,
with
we
that.
can set up an event. And we can set up something that we can set up a room in Facebook, put out special invitations, let people know what's up, and we can just jump in.
Yeah.
This guy-
I
And
think
since
that's the
we're
only
not-
way that we'd be able to do it without
And since
getting
we're not
fucking cut.
monetizing it, it shouldn't be too much of an issue.
Yeah, it shouldn't be really hurt.
So Vince wants us to watch HBO's Dexter series. Listen,
Never seen it.
I've tried 4 times.
I have yet to watch
I've
that.
tried 4 times to watch Dexter, and I could not get through the first season.
I know people that would die on that pedestal.
yeah,
So,
dude.
I know,
they
but
are
those
good
same
ones.
those same people will also agree with me that the first season, the first couple
Is the hardest?
episodes, is the hardest one to get through,
I just want to get through.
and I could never get through it. And
There
like
are
a lot of people have said that.
There are a few TV shows where like you almost have to skip the first season and kind of just get context clues like from then on.
Yeah, that's One Piece, dude.
Dude, you know what was
But see, I don't like
it-
that. I don't want my series to be where I got to skip or I tell someone, "Oh, watch this," but don't worry about the first
Yeah,
season.
but don't worry about the
It's-
first 3 seasons.
No, I don't.
That's what
not a
everybody
good-
tells
that's not
me
a good
about
show.
fucking One Piece.
Dude, you know what was so fucked up? I told my wife this the other day, is that I was like, you know what? I'm clearly a masochist because I actually want to start One Piece because I'm reading it right now.
Oh wow.
I started at issue 1038 or some shit like that. Let me look
138?
up where it's no, like 1038.
Oh shit. Oh shit. Yeah, I'm just reading some stuff real quick. Nerve-ending, biting episode of Obi-Wan Kenobi turned a powerhouse in a Marvel Cinematic into the worst Star Wars. Yeah, well, that's going to be something that we talk about later. But
Well,
guys,
there's some cool state of play stuff, but it wasn't really all that important.
yeah, there's a huge sale right now going on PlayStation if anybody's interested. Yeah, huge sale. A lot of the stuff for VR is on sale right now. So if anybody's out there and they have the PlayStation VR, I have it. We went to an event last week with our homie Vince, as a matter of fact, and we took my VR out there and I had everybody playing some cool VR games with the PlayStation VR. State of Play is going to be coming out next month, or the one for PlayStation. The State of Play
It just happened.
Did it happen already?
Yeah.
Oh shit! I heard that there was some really
yesterday.
great stuff. They're supposed to be releasing some information about the VR2 for the PlayStation 5 and how it's going to be having outside-facing cameras. So, Danny, what's up? All late and stuff. We're about to jump offline and shit, but thank you for jumping on. Appreciate you so much. But yeah, the PlayStation VR for PlayStation 5 looks pretty fucking dope. I'm excited. I hope I can get one sooner or later. Yeah, and that's about it. I have a project that I'm working on. I want to start making puzzle boxes. So that's something that my brain.
Puzzle boxes.
Yeah, I'm gonna make a puzzle box for conventions. So it's gonna be like an escape room in a box.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah. Do you never seen that guy on YouTube that solves puzzles and shit? He's like a magician, like a white dude that's just solving these like fucking massive puzzles.
No.
So, well, he's a magician guy. He gets all these puzzles that literally cost anywhere from up to $5,000 to $500 to like $10,000 puzzles. And he just solves them online, and I'm going to make one, and I'm going to make it for conventions that they can rent from me and people can solve, and they can pay me for the experience.
It's pretty dope. I like it.
Yeah. So when I get everything started, I already have most of the stuff done. I just need a couple of more little things. It's going to be called the Riddler's Puzzle Box. So it's going to be based on Batman. And I'm going to be doing tropes from like every cool Batman, from like Adam West to the comic book variation of the Jokes and Riddles to Heath Ledger's Joker to A Death in the Family. I'm going to be doing all these different, all the way to the renewal things in the new Batman movie. So, and I'm going to give homage to like the old Penguin with his cool little, like the little eye and the cool cigarette. Like I have just all these little things that I want to add to it that I really think will work out. Eventually, my goal with this is to create an escape room based on Metal Gear Solid.
Oh shit.
So you get to like crawl around and get darts and do all that shit and knock out dudes. And yeah, hopefully it works out one day. But that'll be for another time. Chris Ramsey, the puzzle guy. Yes, dude. There you go. Mayers knows him. Yeah, Chris Ramsey, the puzzle guy. It's so good if you guys ever have a chance. But guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Everybody out there, to all our extraordinary listeners, we want to say thank you so much. We appreciate every one of you. Remember, if there's anything nerdy you guys want us to talk about or cover or check out or react to, hit us up in the DMs during the week. Let us know what's going on. We appreciate every one of you guys. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you guys again next Friday. Be cool. Wash your hands. Do all that cool shit. Be safe, and we'll see you guys again next week here on the show. Laters.